show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
The following content contains adult language and humor that is not suitable for viewers under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. The views and opinions expressed during the following video content are those of the individual and may not reflect those of others.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome one and all to the Sunday edition of Pacific 414 Pop Talk, coming to you live on the Pacific 414 YouTube channel and the Pacific 414 Rumble channel, along with Baron Orman Tagge. I am your host, Mike, and we have several articles that we are going to discuss and also give our opinion on this afternoon or this morning or this evening, depending on where you're at. And once we do that, we will also promote what's coming up this week on our separate channels. But before we do anything, Baron, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing okay, and I'll just do a quick update. Yeah, this next week, nothing until January, and then it's going to be a fresh new leaf. So there you go. There's your especially if I survive this blizzard we're going to. I mean, when the wind is blowing, the snow is a coming. They're talking 10 inches. Dogs and cats living together, especially in my house. This just might be the end times. This might be the last time you hear from me. I'll be frozen like Jack.
I hope not.
In The Shining. So I'll be just all nice and frozen like that with that smile. Nah, this is nothing. People, yeah, it's an inconvenience. I suppose for people who come from other countries like Somalia might not be able to handle all that's going on. But if you're a true Minnesotan, you just tack this up as Monday. Hey, where's it coming? Okay, what do you call it?
Talk about a case of the Mondays.
Yeah. Now if you have a blizzard during Armistice Day, then that's something. The Armistice Day blizzard that they had way back when, which is a legend in Minnesota. But other than that, it's like, do you look at the calendar? Did you see that calendar up over there? What does it say on the calendar?
It says December.
Yeah. And what will the next month be?
January.
And what does that mean? Well, in Australia,
cold
time.
It means that there's going to be cold in Minnesota. You betcha. I'm doing my impression of Jesse the Body Ventura.
My already shrunken seeds from all the steroids I took are freezing them. They're freezing off. If they go snap off, I won't be able to find them. They're so small.
Oh,
That's why I live in Mexico.
yeah, that's true about him. But how was
Well, he still has a home
Christmas?
up here too, so
How was Christmas for you and the lawn suffering?
quiet, peaceful. Just my mom, and of course the long-suffering I, and yeah, she made a nice ham dinner, uh, au gratin potatoes and scallop corn, which is my favorite. Um, and then and then some banana cream pie because she knows that is
Oh,
one of my favorites out there. Oh yeah,
oh
I love
yeah.
banana pie.
I,
And then of
I
course
I'd be right over if you said, "Hey, Mike, come on over and for dinner, and we'll have banana cream pie for dessert." I'm right there, Baron.
yeah, with bananas lined in the bottom. Yep, you gotta do that. And homemade whipped cream, not Miracle Whip, or yeah, not Miracle. What is no Ready Whip or whatever the other stuff is. Yeah, Miracle Whip is the salad dressing. None of that either.
Yeah, my dad didn't like Miracle Whip.
He didn't. Mm.
No, no,
I love.
not after he met my mom and was introduced to Hellman's, also known as Best Foods mayonnaise out west.
Mm. I'm not a big fan of just mayonnaise. So I like having that little extra zing to it.
Yeah,
See that's how you can tell I'm not a typical Minnesotan because mayo is too spicy, and I kicked it up a notch with Miracle Whip. See, it doesn't affect me.
oh, so you're like Emerald Lagasse. You gotta kick it up a notch, a little bam.
Yeah, that's what I do every time I make a sandwich. Bam! And the dogs start barking and the cats start to run.
Yeah. And
And
real quick, I do want to say hello to Omazio. Welcome. First time I've seen you. Welcome to the show. And of course, I do want to say hello to the Guardian of the Void herself, the lovely Lady Mist. Good to see
Dragon Claws
you.
must have been nice to her.
Santa Claus knows to be nice to her, otherwise he ends up in the void with the dragons.
Mm. I know he's got great powers. That one.
So does Lady
That's
Mist,
a-
the Guardian of the Void.
I know it'd be a good thing to see.
Remember,
No.
she has made it known that she has no hesitation, no restraint when it comes to feeding us to her dragons when we get
Oh
up
yeah,
the line.
I'm surprised it hasn't happened. Actually, that's what happened to Cash. That's why he's not here. We're waiting for him to pass through. Pass through the other side, and then clean them off, then put them down in the seat.
But
Remember
we
we
do
were called a
have
little shit as a Ute? Well, yeah, he's gonna be a big shit.
cash. I might be around tomorrow. Yeah. And then what did we say when we were talking with him? Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I don't know why not everybody is showing up on the StreamYard side who's also here, because we also have Stop Playing Games here in the chat too, but for some reason StreamYard
Yeah.
isn't showing it. So
Well, when we started the show, it said 10, and now it says 3. Now 1.
it keeps fluctuating.
Yeah.
Up and down, up and down, up and down.
We've
had this happen before.
It's.
I'm not saying anyone who's in the chat right now is bots, but we've had times where bots have come and.
Mm-hmm. Cash is around. He's in our Discord, and I think he's talking about trying to sway my lady away. I think he's talking about it.
Well, I mean, we've discussed it many times before, Baron. I've warned you. I've told you. You're gonna come home one day and Cash is gonna be walking out.
Warmed her up for you.
And you're gonna be going, huh? What?
Hmm. Yeah, he's a, all the ladies want him. It's that chin. It's that magnificent damn chin.
Yeah. That chin of cash monies. But
Mm.
do you want to know what we're going to be talking about today, Baron?
No, okay, everybody, have a good day. Keep safe.
All right, all right.
There's the
That's
show.
the show, everybody. Glad to have you here and see you on New Year's Eve. No, just kidding.
Ha ha
Just kidding.
ha. Ho, ho, ho.
You're stuck with us,
What should be
at least
doing?
for a little while.
Yeah. Well, except that when I first came into the studio, mics and they're playing, I pop in. It's like, stops what he's doing, disappears. And it's like, then he realizes, no, he can't run away from me. He's got to run the damn show. I mean, I could have done it myself, but it's still his show, so he had to come back and and put up with me.
I mean, it's not a thing of us putting up with each other. I mean, heck, yesterday in Discord, we talked for a while about different things, and
Mm-hmm.
that's just how we are.
Mm-hmm.
We like to talk with one another.
Mm-hmm. Believe it or not, we do talk offline.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not always what we talk about on stream. It's other things that we don't talk about on stream.
Like movies.
Boobies.
Boobies.
But it's good to see Jet Sparks, who says, I absolutely love Godzilla Minus One. Is also a really good period, too. It really harkens back to the roots of what the big lizards an allegory for. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was a worthy sequel. I think it was a worthy sequel to Oppenheimer. Those are bookend movies. Oppenheimer, then Godzilla Minus One.
Yeah, that's true. And Oppenheimer will be part of our watch parties in 2026, of course, with that movie being over 3 hours. That will be one of the movies that goes as the exemption for wanting to keep Pop Talk to at least 3 hours at the most.
But
going
we will
into
see
next
movies.
year. Yeah, well, we're going to be watching movies. There won't be as many double features as there have been in the past, but
there is movies in Oppenheimer, I'm told. So it's what's a Pugh? Pugh, is that her name?
Florence Pugh. Florence Pugh.
Haven't heard much about her lately myself.
I haven't heard anything outside of what she did with Disney and Marvel. That's it.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. The GURPS role-playing game, they came up with a world book, and basically, where the bomb went off, and Oppenheimer had his quote. I don't know it fully, but made that quote. They said that it was that perfect moment it was a spell that got cast, and the entire world got into magic as well as technology, and of course, people, all the fantasy stuff happened, and one of the things they have in it is communist penguins armed to the teeth, ready to invade.
But they're penguins, man.
Hey, don't mess with penguins. I think the penguins would put up a pretty good fight, even with Lady Mrs. Dragons, and that's not a brag. That's just we saw that first penguin dome. It was like, oh my.
Yeah, well, yeah, we did. We did.
I don't know who won that one.
So I don't think we ever will. I mean, who would win that battle between Low Spec Linux Gaming and Punkwaddle?
I don't know. There'd have to be some cheating involved for that.
I mean, there'd have to be some, wrestling shenanigans. Somebody pulls out a steel chair and and Lady Miss says, dinner.
Yeah. Hands up, my penguins.
And also, I do want to let everybody know before we get into our first article here as to why you're seeing two of today's edition of Pop Talk scheduled on the YouTube side and 2 of Wednesdays scheduled on the YouTube side. That's because I am trying out StreamYard's feature where you have the horizontal broadcast for anybody watching on their computer or TV, and then you have the vertical broadcast for anybody watching on a tablet or their phone. So I'm trying that out once again to see if it's going to work better than it did the last time, and it looks like it's working a lot better this time than it did the first time around. Because I've been looking at the studio YouTube for both aspect ratios of the stream, and it looks a lot better than it did last time.
Mhm.
Will I
Yeah.
continue doing the streams like this in the future? It all depends.
I mean, I don't know. We're sitting way too close together. We might be violating some cool mandate somewhere. That distance thing.
Oh, well, we're distance on the horizontal feed.
Yeah,
So
yeah, we got it right.
That's fine.
Mhm. I thought we need to be further away, even on the big screen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't want to be too close to you. You're a friend, but I don't want to be too close to you.
I don't want to be too close to you either.
And
Which one of us has a knife in their hands?
speaking of close or not close, let's go ahead and get into our first article about the casting of Dr. Leonard Bones McCoy and Hikaru Sulu
Oh,
for Strange New Worlds Season 5. Yeah, I got a few things to say. I got a few things to say about this.
oh, I do too.
And there we go.
Yay.
All right. So this comes from Gizmodo. It's by James Whitbrook, and it was published on their site on December 23rd. It says the final episode of Strange New Worlds has found its Sulu and Bones. Kai Murakami and Thomas Jane will play Star Trek legends Hikaru Sulu and Leonard McCoy in the final episode of Strange New Worlds. And these are the OGs, DeForest Kelly and George Takei. Paramount has confirmed that the final episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds will see 2 legends board the Starship Enterprise. In the Star Trek prequel, the Star Trek prequel has found stars to play Hikaru Sulu and Dr. Leonard Bones McCoy.
No, that's not a prequel. It's not a prequel. It's Star Treks, the insult. That's what it is.
It says, today the studio confirmed via Variety that Kai Murakami and Thomas Jane will appear in the final episode of Strange New Worlds, truncated 5th season as Sulu and Bones, respectively, while Jane is well known for a bevy of projects such as The Mist, The Expanse, Deep Blue Sea, and the 2004 Punisher movie. Murakami will make his TV debut as Sulu, having previously focused on stage work with the Royal Shakespeare Company and video game mocap work on Rise of the Ronin and Assassin's Creed. Well, I recommend Rise of the Ronin. I do.
I does decree to a damnation, James. Is that what we're going to get? We're going to get Shakespeare Bones. I do say it.
Well, let's face it, Baron. This wouldn't be the first time someone from the Royal Shakespeare Company has been a part of Star Trek. I mean, Mr. T.O. Gray Hot himself, Patrick Stewart.
I do not like Earl Grey. Oh, God, what a horrible. And people just drink that. People who hate it drink it because of that, too. Because. But think about that. You have a limey playing a frog. Yeah, I know that was insulting, folks, but that's coming from a kraut.
And to answer your question, Jed, according to StreamYard, this feature is available on all plans, even the free one. And it says here in the article, Strange New Worlds is already no stranger, of course, to slowly introducing members of the classic Star Trek crew as it details the transition from Captain Pike's command of the Enterprise to James Kirk's famous 5-year mission. The show debuted with both Spock and Uhura as members of Pike's senior bridge crew, played by Ethan Peck and Cecilia Rose Gooding, respectively, and quickly brought in Paul Wesley as the young Lieutenant Kirk, serving aboard the USS Farragut as a guest star and making appearances here and there over the first 3 seasons. The climax of season 2 also brought on Martin Quinn as a young Montgomery Scott. We did, however, know that more were coming. We just didn't know we'd be waiting until the very last episode of the series to get them. The studio gave us the opportunity to get up to TOS. Co-showrunner Akiva Goldsman previously said, bringing in most but not all of the legacy Trek cast to the show. In an interview with Polygon, we got to reach TOS to fulfill the promise to the fans, which was what happens to all these people. We know what happens to the crew of the Starship Enterprise under Captain James T. Kirk's command. We know. We don't need a rehash of that story. We have that story already with the original series and with the movies.
And it was an organic growth.
Yeah.
It's one of the things. But first of all, I want to address. We know that, DJ. It was for sailors to have that. That's how they got the name. Yeah, Mr. Science Officer. By the way, how you doing there, DJ? I hope everything's going great over there. Nerd and hail to the turtles.
Good to see you, DJ. And DJ, if you could do me a favor, let me know at least by Thursday which episode we're going to be talking about this coming Saturday on The Adventure Continues.
Ooh, I'm looking forward to that there. But that's one of the things when people try to do the first adventure, DC Comics did it, which is a pretty damn good story, actually. The book series, the original ones, did that also. I put it onto a second tier. I thought the DC comic was even better. But they always make the big mistake. They have it starting out with everybody on board. Everybody.
Yeah.
And that's not the case. Uhura was not on board.
No.
Sulu was, of course, not a navigator at the time. Of course, you did have Scotty.
No, Sulu was in the sciences.
Yeah. What is it? Agricultural. The agricultural stuff. I mean, there's another thing. DJ, this is where you can let us know what he was in. But yeah. Oh, you can call him at 2 a.m. I do that all the time, DJ.
Yeah, I mean, there are nights where I'm sound asleep, and then I hear my phone ring. And it's like, oh, Baron Orman said, "What do you want?"
What you doing? How's
I was sleeping
going?
before. I was sleeping before you called.
Well, now that you're awake, what's your thoughts on
Now that I'm awake, you're gonna get the full Klingon. You're gonna get this conversation in the original Klingon.
Yeah, and then Cash joins and, hi guys, what you goobers up to?
Hey, what are you guys doing up? Usually I'm up this time of hour.
Mm-hmm.
But
DJ.
Yeah.
But they always do that wrong, and they keep on forgetting there was a different doctor. Just watch where No Man's Gone before. That's what you start out with. Yeah, and
they completely forgot about Boyce. They completely forgot about the doctor from Where No Man Has Gone Before, and why am I drawing a blank on his name. That's why I'm looking it up real quick.
Okay, saves me from trying to do it.
That's what happens when you try to remember everything.
I always
From
have a
Star
problem
Trek.
with those first two doctors. It's not so
Because we're so used to Dr. McCoy. It's
Mhm.
Dr. McCoy, and Dr. McCoy. All right.
Yeah.
No, not Sally Kellerman's Dr. Dinner. Piper. It was Piper.
Piper, thank you so much, Dr. Piper. Yeah. And of course, you had Yeoman, the Kirk Yeoman.
Rand.
Well, that first episode was a different one, though. I thought that first episode where No Man's Gone before, didn't he have like a Yeoman?
Yeah. Lady Miss. I just said why there's 2 streams of each because I'm testing the feature on StreamYard where it has it in the horizontal aspect ratio for one and then the vertical ratio for the other one.
He's just doing this to confuse all of us, especially me.
No, I wanted to try out the new features and see if
it looks good.
See if it works better than it did the last time I tried it.
Yeah, I think it's doing good. So
yeah, it appears to be doing good. I mean, I'm looking at both of them right now. I got the horizontal feed pulled up and the vertical feed pulled up, and it looks good.
It's in the hole. It's in the hole.
I'm always, Lady Mist and everybody watching, I'm always going to be experimenting with new features.
That's why we call him Dr. Meikenstein.
My whole goal for this channel from the get-go and even going into 2026 is to strive to always have better streams, do better streams. There's going to be times where I trip and fall and I fail. But my goal is to always improve because I'm never satisfied with one stream to the next. I'm just not. I want to have the best streams there are here on the channel. And if there's a new feature, whether it be with StreamYard or Streamlabs available, I'm going to give it a shot. If I like it, I'll continue with it. If I don't like it, I won't continue with it. If there's something where I go, nah, this just doesn't seem to be working as designed, maybe I'm doing something wrong to where I need to do a little more research into it, a little more fine tuning, then I will. But I'm always working to try different things, do different things to see what works and what doesn't.
You should see the female robot he's working on with help from DJ Ronnie G, by the
way. Yeah, that's a fantasy.
Little mate's outfit. I do say, don't dust. Mike's just sits back. Please dust around here. It's rather dusty, and I would like to have pheasant pie tonight. So
okay, Baron. What fantasy world are you living in?
Hey, pheasant pie is pretty effing good.
I've never had it, so
you never had it? Oh my word!
No.
No,
it's never been something I wanted to give a try. I haven't ever said to anybody growing up or even now, yes, I would like some pheasant pie, please. Yes.
Hey, the one place I used to go to all the time, the brew pub, Sherlock's Home. And, they had the shepherd's pie, which is excellent. I love shepherd's pie. But basically, this is shepherd's pie, but it's pheasant. And it's so delicious. Always got it when I got there. Always got it, along with Scotch eggs. Which aren't Scottish, they're English.
I actually do like Scotch eggs.
Oh, yeah. Get the right mustard with it.
And DJ says that he's on the fence about renewing Restream because I don't stream enough to need to. Yeah. Well, you've got to decide, is this going to provide you what you need for as many times as you use it? Or maybe something else will come along that you can stream. If I mean, heck, you can stream just by using Streamlabs OBS or even OBS itself. You don't necessarily need something like Restream, Streamlabs, Talk Studio, or EVMux.
I personally think that DJ should try that. It fit in with his program. Oh, BS with DJ Ronnie G.
And that's always a good thing to do, DJ, is test things out before you go, full on in with something.
Well,
that's why, you may even see days where maybe I'm not doing a stream, but you can tell I'm doing something because you'll get notifications Pacific 414 is live, and I might be live for a few minutes because I'm testing something out to see if it's going to work for a future stream. And I don't want to do it as a private test because I actually want feedback. Okay, guys, give me the feedback I need. How does it look on your end? How's it sounding on your end? If it needs to be tinkered with, I'll tinker with it.
Well, remember how I was before I started doing the game streams?
Yeah.
And the baby step I was taking first was, okay, we'll just record this first, and then it's like, okay, time to do it live. And of course, my first one that was live had a lot of issues. But by the second one, I was starting to get into the swing. But yeah, it took me a while playing around and getting my nerve up, and not to do a stream gaming, but just using, using the new software. And it's like, oh God, I hope I do this all right. Now I think I got a little bit of a hang of it. Yeah. If I start doing, streamings and stuff like that, I sit back thinking, well, maybe I should just start using that more than anything else. Try to find a way to bring other guests, and we can talk about that later. We don't need to talk shop here.
We can do that during Wednesday's show, because that's also
part of
what Wednesday's show is all about. Turning the page on 2025, looking to 2026.
No, giving the double flip off to 2025.
Yeah,
Tommy.
Yeah, and Tommy, my condolences on the passing of Dark Helmet, brother. I was sorry to find that out the other night. And Judd Sparks says that his dad makes a good shepherd's pie. I love me a good shepherd's pie.
Lucky, man. You're lucky, man. I love to try to make a homemade one. I got a mix for it, but to do it properly, you should do lamb, mutton, or whatever in it. But of course, it's hard to do that here in the States. It can be so effing pricey. So substitute with the beef.
Yeah. And DJ says about Restream that the free plan has been good for the last week's show. Yeah. Again, it's all about using what works best for you. Just because it works best for somebody else doesn't mean it's going to suit your needs. And talking about the horizontal feed, Lady Miss is saying that she can see everything better. The other one is too small and looks like the shorts. That's kind of where they were going with that, Lady Mist. But I just wanted to give it a shot. Try it, see how it works, and I might continue with it. I might not. I haven't made my mind up. We still have one more stream with it at these two aspect ratios to really determine, okay, is this going to be the way it's going to be going forward? And DJ says, I only started using Restream to censor, the 1080p X feed. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I get that. And yes, streaming is science.
Nothing. It is.
And Tommy says, I know a few that use OBS, and there were issues getting my mic and headphones to work when invited. I've seen that too. Tommy also says, I hate StreamYard's overpricing, but they are the most stable. Yeah, that's what I've learned from trying Talk Studio, from trying Restream, from trying EVMux. Yeah, I love some of the features over on EVMux. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But there were times where I would be talking with you guys, talking with Baron, even backstage, and Cash backstage, and my mic would cut out.
Mm-hmm.
It's because Evie Muggs would change the mic setting, so I'd have to try to change it back. And there were even times where, after changing it back, they still couldn't hear me, so I had to exit out of the entire thing and then come back in.
Mm-hmm.
And that just became a pain in the butt. I mean, we even had guests on who were trying to talk and they couldn't talk. When we had Maria on, she wasn't able to talk because of Evie Muggs. And that's why we made the switch back this year to StreamYard. And DJ says the thing about streaming through OBS is either you're streaming solo directly, which carries visual sound from the mic, and then well before he can get ahead of himself. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The free version of StreamYard will never allow me to use the clips I already have saved on there unless I pay for the premium version. Yeah, they used to allow you to put some clips on there, even for the free version, but when they screwed everybody over last year and said, hey, guess what? Even those of you who were supposed to be part of that $10 plan a month, guess what? Everybody's going up to $44.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had that great little deal. It was supposed to be for life, and that just royally. Oh, don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Yeah. And Tommy says, one of my friends couldn't figure out what was going on. It was nuts. I did eventually get the headphones to work, but the mic wouldn't. Yeah, and it's a pain in the ass to try to get everything working in sync for each and every stream. But getting back to this article where this interview was done with Polygon, it says we've got to reach TOS to fulfill the promise to the fans, which was what happens to all these people. We know what happens to all of them. We know what happens to Pike.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a threat to me.
Yeah. We know what happens to Kirk and crew.
Mm-hmm.
How do they start to become these characters? We know that. We know. You don't need to retread. So, and what happens to the ones we don't see in canon?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe don't expect to see Yeoman Rand anytime soon, although there are still 16 episodes of Strange New Worlds to surprise us. But by the show's end, But by the show's end, the entire main bridge crew of the Enterprise will firmly be in place to boldly go. Well, not the entire crew, because you don't have checkup until season 2.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he can be on there, but because as fans sit back and say, he was in their section of the ship, which is why Khan knew him.
Yeah. And it says Star Trek Strange New Worlds is expected to return for its 4th season sometime in 2026. And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see if I can bring up that same picture I had earlier of Thomas Jane. And
yeah, they don't look. They don't even look. I mean,
yeah. Give me a second to try to find it again. Yeah. I'm gonna open this in the new window and then I'll share my screen. All right, so here we go. Okay, so you got Thomas Jane. He's gonna be Bones, and then you have Kai here, who's gonna be Sulu. But let me open it, a new tab. Okay, so you've got the 2 new actors, and then you have DeForest Kelly and George Takei.
Mm-hmm. Horrible. Horrible.
Like I was saying to Baron, neither one of them has the look of the original actor. I don't know, Baron. Maybe it's just me, but I would think as a casting director, you'd want to cast someone who at least looks a little bit like the original actor, even if you have to use makeup effects to accomplish the whole deal.
You would think.
Yeah. But, maybe that's me. Maybe I'm being too nitpicky here. And maybe I'm just asking for too much here. I don't think I am. I'm trying to look at the perspective. Okay, we want to find actors and actresses that look as close to the original actors and actresses as possible, even if we, again, have to use makeup effects, have to use wigs and lighting effects to help make them look a little bit more like the person who originally portrayed the character.
Right. I would think.
But, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. Never have been, never will be.
I never admit I'm wrong. Never. No, that's a disaster, I think.
No, I will admit.
I mean, the whole thing.
Getting back. Real quick, because I see a comment on the vertical stream where someone is saying, I said hi. Yes, I will admit, one thing I'm noticing with the StreamYard vertical and horizontal stream is that it's not showing all the chat on both.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I am trying to look at the vertical stream, especially to make sure I acknowledge anybody who comes in. So please be patient.
We'll get there one way.
We will.
Or
we will.
another.
We're not ignoring you. I'm not being rude. I'm not being an asshole. I can be an asshole, but I'm not being an asshole in this case.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm trying to acknowledge everybody.
He can be.
Yeah. We're all capable of it.
But yeah, that still work here.
So, if I'm going to give a con, that's one of my cons for this feature on StreamYard. But as far as this casting is concerned, yeah, I know they're only appearing in one episode, but I just don't see it. Maybe
next season.
Yeah. Maybe, once we see them in full makeup and full costume, I might see something that makes me go, all right, they were able to get him to look a little bit like McCoy and make him look a little bit like Sulu. But I mean, you and I were talking about Carl Urban backstage and, how they actually had him look like McCoy and he was able to sound like DeForest Kelly's McCoy because, one, Carl Urban was a big fan of Star Trek.
Right. Two, he's a great actor.
Mm-hmm.
I think so, at least.
I think so too. I mean, especially enjoyed him in Dread.
Yeah.
I know that movie gets, different opinions going. Some think it's a good movie like you and I do, and then others not so much, but I liked his performance.
Yeah, he did great. He did excellent. I mean, I want to see more of him as Dread, but I'm sad to say we never will, unless they do pull something out of their butts sometime soon. What killed that movie was the horrible promotion. I didn't even know about the movie until I saw it on Netflix.
I didn't know about it until I saw it on Amazon. That's where I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like, really?
And
I also Judge Dredd movie.
Yeah. Dredd. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's my second favorite Judge Dredd movie. Sylvester Stallone's is my third. There are elements of Sly Stallone's I wish they would have done with Urban's. Um, that and I did think they got wrong, but overall there's a bit of that feel, definitely a big feel of Judge Dredd. But I always
Yeah.
say the best one so far that's a Judge Dredd movie is Judgmenty. That just
Yeah, that's been one of your favorites since we met. You were telling me how much
yeah,
you enjoyed that particular one.
yeah. And if you go to my channel, you can actually find it under a must watch that I have, along with a bunch of other stuff, including a science fiction show from Australia. Australia's ABC called The Stranger, which is 2 seasons long. Hey, I just did a gratuitous plug there. Notice what I did there. But yeah, but in all seriousness, if anyone's wanting to look for it, that's where you'll find it.
Yeah.
You can find it easy.
And I don't know how many people are going to be looking forward to the HBO Max Harry Potter series, but HBO is hyping it up.
Aren't they though?
Indeed, they are, sir.
You know who else is getting hyped? Because I have Audible. And I just finished the entire Robert E. Howard's a series of books on there, which are excellent, by the way, excellent. It's going to make me hard to want to read the other ones. I have to go off of Pops's recommendations with that. But when it pops up, I guess they got a radio play now of the first book with Hugh, the one that got in trouble with Ladies of the Evenings. Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant is one of the is playing in there, and so I get so many free credits, and I haven't quite clicked on it yet. I'm not a big, I like Harry Potter. I'm not a huge fan. I'm not, but I like it. I read all the books and all that. And I found it amusing and worthwhile. And maybe my thought on it might be wrong. This might have the same lasting impact of Tolkien. And as we go along, people will be citing both Tolkien and Rowling at in the future as must read science fantasy as books. But yeah, the big thing I've seen being promoted is that, but I haven't really seen too much with the HBO series except for all the stuff we were getting before.
Yeah, and this could be the new TV series that they've been casting for. There's been some controversy about some of the casting as well.
Yeah,
controversy and entertainment nowadays. The hell you say?
Well, there always is, but nowadays it's constant.
Yeah, it is, Baron, and we have this article by Joy Parr, which was posted 3 days ago on Geek Tyrant, and it says new Harry Potter series will make fans say these are the books, according to HBO. Not according to us, according to HBO.
Yeah,
and to let everybody know, the only Harry Potter experience I have is actually playing the Harry Potter game that came out 2 years ago.
Which I need to start playing. I can wave my wand with you and Anna Moss.
So it says HBO is into deep production on its upcoming Harry Potter series, and the people behind it sound genuinely thrilled with how it is taking shape. Appearing at Content London, Sarah Aubrey, HBO Max's head of original content, offered a confident update that should get longtime fans paying attention. Well, they're also doing it to get people to watch their show too. I mean, let's just be real here. Aubrey revealed she is headed to set and shared how impressed she has been with what she has seen so far. I just keep thinking it's such a delightful adaptation of the books, and I think when people watch it, they will think these are the books. For fans who have always wanted a version of Harry Potter that dives into every corner of J.K. Rowling's novels, that comment will spark some excitement. Yeah, but there are also those who will attack J.K. Rowling because of her beliefs.
Mhm. One little thing. One little thing. She took umbrage to the fact that when it comes to transsexuals, there are only two biological genders, and that's all she said. She's been a
Mhm.
big advocate, or shall I say, uh, what do they call themselves? Not advocates, but ally. She's been a big ally to the LGBTQ plus ABCDEFG crowd, and including transsexuals, right?
Mhm.
But she only came up with a thing, about there's only two genders, male and female, biologically, which she's not wrong on. Biologically, you go in there. We're not talking about psychologically. We're just talking about, okay, look at these DNA strands. Okay, look at these bone structures of people who died. They know a woman and a man, even though all they are is skeletons, just by the shape of the body, hips, head, various other features on there. And that's the only thing she said, and she's a pariah, even though she has been one of their biggest allies. They feed
She's
on their
always
own. They're
been a
assholes and
supporter of
idiots.
the LGBT community.
Yeah, she's not MAGA. She's not alt right. She is a pure and plain simple liberal over there. I'm sure she votes Labor Party. She's involved in liberal activities. I am not damning her or praising her for that. I'm just stating it. I have no umbrage against J.K. Rowling. If she's on the opposite end of a political spectrum of me, fine and dandy. But she seems to be a nice lady.
Mhm.
I did think she did some things like after the books were done. Then she goes, "Well, Gandalf was gay." Well, you couldn't have put it in the books. I think that was kind of an after thing. Trying to be ally-ish to the crowd, and now it's become canon. But there was never any hint of that during the book's run, and we shouldn't care.
And
It
I'll be
doesn't
honest,
matter.
I don't care what a character's preferences are when I read a book or even watch a show or a movie. What I care about is the story that that character is involved in, how much investment I'm going to
Yeah,
have into that character because of the story that they're involved in that show or movie. That's what I care about.
right. Hmm. Same here.
If the
So,
story's bad
and
and
I
the
think
character's written poorly, I'm not going to care either way.
well, I mean, it kind of hit Minnie's miss a thing there. Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, most of these fantasy books that come out are like frustrated Tolkien wannabes, right? Okay, you got to have this party. There's an elf, there's a dwarf, there's some magical thing, whether it's a sword or whatnot. Avoiding the ring for various reasons, and they go on their quest. And I know we're going to make this a 3-book series. Um, it's like you have that out there with that's why a lot of fantasy books turn me off. That's why I love reading Sword and Sorcery of Conan. It is just so fresh and violent. Um, different type of reading out there. I'd like to see more of that style of Sword and Sorcery pulp fantasy start creeping back in. J.K. Rowling was a bit of original with what she's doing. I know people have done stuff about academies and such like this, but she brought it down to a really true personal level with Harry and his
Mhm.
friends and the other students there, to make it into this, 7-book long
Yeah, 7 book
series,
long
each one getting,
series and 8 movies
yeah,
because
each one getting
they broke
longer
up
and
the
longer.
last part.
Yeah, it was just too much to do for one movie. They should have done that for the with the one before it too, and that was the joke. It started off small, and now that's how I lost my back. Was I actually carried that last book and read it, and it's like my neck and back went. But I always thought that how she played with that one, and I don't necessarily agree with a lot. I kind of go with the Tolkien-esque look at it. But she did her world building. She did different things with fantasy creatures. I mean, look at the elves, Dobby, and whatnot, and the gremlins or the goblins, with running the bank and stuff. And then of course they sit back and say, "Oh, what you're doing there is attacking the Jews." Oh, shut up. Now people always got to go in now and start nitpicking through the whole thing, and it's like, no, up your A and to the right with that crap. But even centaurs and basilisks and stuff, she did do a different take on a lot of it. Some I agreed with, some it's like, eh. But the thing is she made that effort. She made her effort, and I think that's why Harry Potter is the way it is. It is different from the others, and now you got people trying to copy her.
And there's always going to be someone who wants to copy the works of somebody else because they see that that's the new it thing, and they want to cash in on it.
Right. I mean, the one that did it was that Aragon, that with the book about that dragon. That the book series kind of you don't hear much about it, but it was the big thing at the time.
In the early 2000s, specifically around 2007, 2008 is when I remember seeing those books on the shelf.
Yeah.
Never interested in reading those.
I tried reading the first one, and I just couldn't, and I never saw the movie. As one person said, the thing is full of tropes, and it's like nothing wrong with that,
What turned me off is everything seemed amateurish when I was just reading the summary of the book.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the guy was a high schooler, I think, that did that. Oh.
But getting back to this article, it says she also praised the creative force behind the series, pointing out how rooted it is in the UK film and television world. It's created by a British writer, it's directed by a British filmmaker, and its craftspeople are the best that this country has to offer, she explained. I'm so excited for everyone to see it. The new adaptation is currently filming at Warner Brothers Studios Leavesden, where the original films were made. HBO is targeting a 2027 release, and the plan is for each season to tackle one of the books. But that's already happened with the movies. You don't need a television series that just rehashes everything, do you? We don't need it in Star Trek. We don't need it in Harry Potter, do we? I'm asking a legitimate question here.
In fact, I noticed, and we know, it's like Star Trek is about going forward, not going back. That's what was my big problem with Enterprise. I think Enterprise did a lot of things wrong with it. But then, of course, what happens? Everybody keeps pushing Star Trek into the past. It's like, no, this is about going forward. It's about what's out there, and you can't do that when you're going backwards. Now it becomes a history. We don't need a history of Star Trek. We don't need a film doing that unless you do something that none of the original characters are part of, and say you are doing a kind of, this is how the Federation began, like just a little movie or whatever, not a series, and then I'm fine with that. And no Enterprises before we're going to sneak this in because it's not a Federation starship, it's an Earth ship, so we can get away with calling it the Enterprise. And just before becoming the Federation, we'll just go and put it out of service. That way, baha, see, I mean, that's such BS. The ship's way too
Yeah.
young. It was supposed to have gotten that great refit that it should have. That should have
And
been
we'll work out the
designed.
secondary hull
Drexler's
that Doug
refit.
Drexler designed.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Which it should have been in the first place. They didn't. But yeah, Star Trek's about going forward. We were even talking about that before the show. I think, yeah. But it needs to be pushed again further. Another, just like they did with Next Generation. 50, 60, 70 years into the future from the last that we saw.
yeah.
And I'm tired of that. I mean, I'm not totally against doing a series like this because there's a lot of stuff that got left out in the movies because, of course, time constraint. You can put those elements back in by doing, even if it's an 8-part episode series per season, that's still a few more hours that you can, bring in all these other little nuances that we've missed in the movies and wish they would have put into the movies, but keep it true to the books, as in the casting and whatnot. So, I'm on the fence when it comes to that, but if they were being more truth, more, because what are they going to do? How are they going to twist the freaking story now? How much are they going to put in there that they're going to throw in the face of J.K. Rowling because they think they know better? And we're going to get that B because she's such a outright MAGA flag waving, snatsy. Wipe your nose. You got and which is, again, as I said before, all lies. If it's true to the book and they're able to bring me, I wouldn't mind them if they did an honest Lord of the Rings series that way, because even the extended cut is a cliff note. The original theatric release was a cliff note to the cliff note.
Mm-hmm. And
there's so much
speaking
that
of Lord
lost.
of the Rings, they're re-releasing those movies starting on Friday the 16th. You get Fellowship of the Rings, and then on that Saturday the 17th you get the Two Towers, and then on the 18th you get Return of the King.
Yeah. But yeah, Padawan, a lot of people like the Aragon book. I'm not slamming on the book. I tried reading it and I couldn't get into it, and that's me. I placed it on me.
Just like me saying, I felt that reading the summary, it just seemed amateurish. That's just me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm a great writer. I know I'm not.
I've ever seen.
No. It's just that, of books dealing with fantasy and science fiction that I've read, and I'll admit a lot of the more Star Trek books I've read better. And getting back to this article, it says the series is guided by showrunner Francesca Gardiner from his Dark Materials, with Succession director Mark Mylad directing. The trio leading the cast are newcomers Dominic McLaughlin as Harry, Alistair Stout as Ron, and Arabella Stanton as Hermione. With the production underway and early reactions from the top looking enthusiastic, the new Harry Potter series seems to be lining up as something that fans will be excited about. Of course, they got this from Variety. Well, it's a thing where we're just going to have to wait and see.
Right.
We're in a holding pattern right now because, we can get all this hype about the series from people that are working on it, but until people actually get to see it and judge it for themselves, everyone's going to be speculating. And especially with the controversy around some of the casting too.
Right. So, and his Dark Materials series is far different from, even philosophically, from from Harry Potter, because his dark materials are supposed to be. I got a mental block of the name of the author, but an atheistic approach that was to counter like Lewis and Tolkien, right? And how's that going to be when obviously there is a power in Harry Potter, and it, as one person sit back and says, this is truly a pagan belief system that they got on, switch gears and go that way. I mean, again, I have no problem with a guy going out there, an atheist writing. There's some great atheist writers. I mean, Douglas Adams, for one, in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
How can you go wrong, right? So, and it's not that. It's just like, do you know you're going to switch highways now? Are you going to stay in that lane? So I get a little nervous about that too. And that's another series that never really got a lot of traction, was this Dark Material. And I know the first movie, The Golden Compass, didn't do well in the theater, even with Nicole Kidman.
That's just too bad. And Jet Sparks says, I'm trying to tell the best stories and be the best writer I can be. And of course, sometimes you draw a lot of inspiration from things you grew up watching. Yeah, things you grew up watching, things you grew up reading, and even things you were listening to growing up. And like I
Right.
said, I don't consider myself the greatest writer, even though I, had shown a couple of my Star Trek related stories to some friends and their parents growing up, and also teachers, and they said, you got a good thing going, but I never thought they were good enough, and that's on me.
Right. Shame on you. No, it's just like, a project I'm working on that definitely is because I was influenced by Howard and Thompson from Marvel Comics and stuff like that. Delving into some of the things, I grew up with. Of course, can't throw out Gygax and Arnested, with the D&D world being a D&D player.
Hmm.
And whatnot, and playing in the world of Greyhawk more than anything else. I've hardly I mean, I love Forgotten Realms, but I never really got to play in Forgotten Realms much. And I never did Dragonlance and never was interested in Dragonlance. I know that makes me sound horrible, but well, whatever. Um, but it's you got to go out there, be the best thing, kind of go with what you know or what you have a passion for, and run with it, and hope things
Hmm.
go well, and have that best story. The best thing to do is not sit on it for a long time. If you're going years and years, if you're trying to find the perfect story out there, forget it. You are never going to think you have the perfect story. Even George Lucas didn't think Star Wars was proper. It was uh didn't like how Star Wars came out. That's why he did the remasters. But
Hmm.
yet everybody is proclaiming it as such a big film classic. One of the first films put into uh the preservation vault with the 100 films.
Hmm.
Right there, that first year, it's in there. But and all of us love the original cut. Lucas didn't.
Yeah,
He
and
didn't.
I'll be
You
honest,
see, I
I'm
bet you he
I'm
still did.
looking forward to seeing that original cut, if it's actually true that they worked on an original cut of the movie to release for its 50th anniversary.
Mhm. See, I understand whether you're an artist, a writer, whether a performer or whatnot. Uh, um, you are never going to be fully satisfied with what you put out there. But there comes to a point where you just got to sit back and go, it is good enough to be out there. It just, I feel I can do better. If you keep on tinkering around with it, it never gets out there. Then what good is it? It's lost. And you just got to make that effort, and then take what you know about the first time. If you're going to do another book or another album or another piece of art, apply that and put it out there, and I guarantee you still won't be happy. The moment that you
Well,
are
and
happy and you think it's good
I'll be
enough
honest with you,
is
Baron.
when you just surrender and give it.
Yeah. And I'll be
Mm.
honest with you, Baron. There have been editions of Pop Talk where I felt, well, that could have been better. Should have done that differently.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. And that's not a slight. And I'm talking about even me, part of it. So, you know, critiquing how was I? It's like, it wasn't that good. This could have been better. We us three were not in sync. Which
No,
happens.
there,
Yeah,
there have been times, Baron, especially in recent weeks where I felt like I didn't bring my A game.
that's why you went on holiday, which is great because now you're coming back, man. And that's the other thing too. You got to remember, people got to remember to take a break from it sometime. Are you going to get burned out? I mean, people on these shows, talk shows, stuff like that, you'll find that for a week it's going to be guest hosts because that's the week the person takes off, and it's going to be a couple
Mhm.
times a year, especially when this series is going 52, every 52 weeks through the whole year, and it is a grind, and some people have longer pauses. Take a look at the breaks you have for TV shows, about 3 months.
Mhm.
People can do other projects, still be in the business, and keep their arts honed up, and hopefully what they learn they can bring back to like a television show and whatnot. Or a writer, okay, I did this, I need to take a break back. Maybe I'll start reading something that's not in my area,
Mhm.
but hey, there's elements in this book, we can. Hey, it'd be interesting if I was able to twist some of the stuff. It would fit in my universe a little bit. You're not doing a full fledged copy. You're doing an inspiration, and you apply it in there, and you hope it. You go through it. I'll guarantee you, at the end, you're still not going to be 100%. Saying it's perfect, but it's good enough to go out there, and it might be one of the biggest hits you have. But you'll still not think highly of it, and you want to do it, and always keep that drive in you because it keeps you going and gets you better.
And the reason why we look like that on that particular version of the feed is because that is the vertical version of the feed from StreamYards, and unfortunately, it doesn't fill up the whole freaking screen. If you're looking at the feed from the backstage point of view, and even during the live stream point of view, if you're looking at it on your phone. Now, if you click onto the other one, Anonymous, you will see us in the horizontal feed as well. I'm just trying something different, brother. But
No,
it's good
he's
to see
looking at
it.
us the main one, but it's like he forgets that's what we normally look like.
But Anonymous, I hope you and your family had a Merry Christmas.
I hope you got a good attachment for that wand of yours.
Yeah, yeah, but we do have some sad news to discuss, which
Mm,
happened just before Christmas, and
yeah,
I
damn it.
yeah, and he was definitely someone who inspired many people. I mean, we talk about people who inspire us with writing. Well, he definitely inspired many when it came to gaming. So I will bring up that article here in just a bit. Just give me a second, folks. I'm just checking a few other things out. And Anonymous says
Oh,
about his Christmas, "'Tis was nifty." Nice.
good. Great to hear.
But Call of Duty co-creator and Respawn co-founder Vince Zampella killed in high-speed Ferrari crash.
Ow.
Yeah, this actually happened last Sunday.
Wow. Nice
This is
Ferrari, too.
by John F. Trent. Of course,
Hey, Trent.
we read a lot of his articles when he was with Bounding into Comics.
Mm-hmm.
Vince Zampella, the co-creator of Call of Duty and the co-founder of developer Respawn, was killed in a high-speed Ferrari crash in the mountains north of Los Angeles. Actually, it says it happened Monday. I thought it
Oh,
happened Sunday. I'm wrong on that.
I think it's because it did. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. It gets confusing. They say one thing first and they go to another as more information comes out.
The crash reportedly took place at 12:45 p.m. on the Angeles Crest Highway on December 22nd. Zampella was driving a 2026 Ferrari 296 GTS and veered off the road and into a concrete barrier at high speed after exiting a tunnel. And yes, unfortunately, there is video of the crash too
Ooh.
online on X.
Yeah, we don't need to see that.
No, I'm not showing that. I'd already seen it, and I prayed for him.
2026, so it's brand frank new too. I mean,
Yeah. NBC Los Angeles reports the California Highway Patrol informed it that a passenger was ejected from the car upon contact with the barrier, but Zampella was trapped in the ensuing car fire. He died at the scene, and the passenger died at the hospital. Respawn shared a statement following Zampella's death. We are heartbroken by the passing of our founder and dear friend, Vince Zampella. Vince was a titan and legend of this industry, a visionary leader and a force who shaped teams and games like Call of Duty, Titanfall, Apex Legends, the Star Wars Jedi series, and Battlefield for our community in many ways that will be felt for generations. His impact reached far beyond any one game or studio. He will be we will remember Vince for how he showed up every day, trusting his teams, encouraging bold ideas, and believing in Respawn and Battlefield. Most importantly, he championed what he believed was right for the people behind those studios and our players because it mattered. We will miss him greatly. Our hearts are with his family, friends, and all who love him.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard something about that. I think maybe or you posted it in our super secret group.
One of us did.
Yeah, not me, but that's all I saw about that. It's like, oh damn, 2025. Jeez.
Yeah. Electronic Arts, which owns Zampella's Respawn, also stated, "This is an unimaginable loss, and our hearts are with Vince's family, his loved ones, and all those touched by his work." Vince's influence on the video game industry was profound and far reaching. A friend, colleague, leader, and visionary creator. His work helped shape modern interactive entertainment and inspired millions of players and developers around the world. His legacy will continue to shape how games are made and how players connect for generations to come.
Damn.
So, this last week, a few days before Christmas, it's been rough.
It has been.
I know I've already mentioned it, but I'm going to mention it again because he was one of the first channels I subscribed to. Adam the Woo.
Yeah.
Passing away unexpectedly Monday. And
yeah. In fact, that was kind of one of the topics we had the other day was talking about him a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm not really familiar with him. I mean, I heard of him, but never really was all that familiar. Neither was Cash, but still, it hurts to hear that one of ours has sailed away.
One of ours who had an amazing look at life, and tried to do everything that he could. Visit places. This year especially, starting with his international travels, because he always wanted to visit places like London, Italy, and Paris, and Switzerland, and he got to do that. He had just recently come back from Switzerland. before he passed away. And his last video, which was posted last Sunday, was when he went out with a friend last Saturday night, and they were going around looking at different Christmas lights, and his friend was dressed up as the Grinch, and you can actually find him on Instagram, the Orlando Grinch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know what drew me to Adam was that he
It
was
was real.
doing things that I wouldn't consider myself doing, but watching him go into abandoned places or going to different theme parks, different filming locations, like the Pee Wee's Big Adventure House, or going
Mhm.
to the restaurant where Large Marge dropped Pee Wee off in the movie when that restaurant was still there. Going to Vasquez Rocks and talking about Arena
Mm-hmm.
and doing his own silly reenactment of the fight. And
Mm-hmm. Da 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 da. Yeah.
yeah, and visiting roadside attractions. He got to do what so many people want to do, and that's make YouTube their full-time job, but he had to work at it. It didn't come to him automatically. He had to work at it.
Yeah.
And yeah, you may not have agreed with the way he was doing things, but it worked for him.
Mm-hmm.
There were some videos I'm like, I don't know about this, Adam, but you know what? I was still subscribed. I still watched because I still enjoyed what he did.
Mm-hmm. And it shows we don't always have to agree with someone doing things a certain way, but that's how they do it, and we can appreciate the hard work that they put into it. And
Hmm.
maybe there's
Well,
something where they go, oh, you know what I'm doing I don't like, and change it up. So just have to appreciate all that hard work people do put into it.
mhm. Just like with Vince here, with Call of Duty and Battlefield,
Hmm.
the Star Wars Jedi series and other games that he helped work on. His legacy is still continuing, obviously, especially with Call of Duty as a co-creator, because they're still releasing Call of Duty games.
Yeah, I want you to go back to the original, like they did with World War II.
Hmm.
Where you're instead of all this fanciful stuff. But oh well, neither here nor there. At least I do have like one of the originals on my Xbox. I can go back and play.
Yes.
Take out those dirty Jerry's.
Yeah, but real quick, I do want to express my condolences to Vince and Pella's
Hmm.
friends, families, and colleagues, and let you know that respectfully, his loss will have an impact on the gaming industry, especially the games that he was a part of. And again, I do want to also express my condolences to the family and friends, and also the many people he collaborated with. This goes to Adam the Woo, to
Hmm.
everybody that was impacted by him in their lives. So
Right, and and I think it also goes to thank you for sharing them with us.
yeah, yeah. I
Their
mean,
time, they came to us from you,
mhm.
took time away, and you shared them with us. And it's whether it's a content creator, obviously, or in this case here, a game designer.
Yeah, their
And thank you
legacy
for
still lives
because we
on.
know there's a lot of long.
Yeah, because you could still go back and play those games, just like with Adam the Woo's videos on his channel, Adam
Hmm.
the Woo and the Daily Woo. You can go back and watch those videos.
I like that, the woo, the daily woo, woo.
Yeah.
I mean,
Here,
what a great name. He did a great. It's like, hey,
here, I'll get you all the links to both Adam the Woo and the Daily Woo channel. Just give me a second.
hmm
And yes, I was a fan of his. I wanted to meet him
hmm
because he was talking about for 2026 of going to the original 13 colonies.
mm.
And I was hoping he would come to my area. I know that sounds selfish, but I was hoping he would come to my area and I would get to meet him.
I don't consider that selfish because it's a desire to meet somebody that you respect. So,
So there's the link to his original channel, Adam the Woo. And let me get the link to the Daily Woo.
woo!
And on the Daily Woo, just like I told you last night, Baron, you know, he had a period where for 5 years he was uploading videos each and every day.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. And
That's
a lot of
lot of
those
work.
videos in that 5 year span were unedited.
Hmm.
He'd record it, and once he was done recording, he'd upload it to YouTube and leave it to the world to see.
Hmm.
I got a lot of channels I'm subscribed to, so give me a second.
I know. I got to weed through there. Some channels are basically dead, and
Yeah.
it's not going out there and I'm going to take these out of spite. No, it's nothing to do with that. But they're just so many channels.
Yeah. So many channels and only so much time to actually watch those channels.
Right.
So this is the link to the Daily Woo, Adam's second channel.
Hmm.
And I was reading that his family is planning a celebration of his life, and they're just working out the details as to what they're going to do exactly. And of course, you know that Vince Zampella's family is also going to be celebrating his life.
Hmm. And what a life. I mean, both of them. What a life, both of them.
Yeah.
He was going out and living his dream. It's like,
And it's
how
not
awesome is that?
easy. It is awesome, and it's not easy to lose somebody. I mean, maybe not everybody was affected by losses here, but there are some out there. I think about you, Baron.
Yeah.
Losing your father, and
Hmm.
this year I lost two friends, and
Hmm.
losses. It's a part of life, but I don't think it's ever an easy part of life to get through.
No, it's not. There's, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's the best I can say. Don't mind me. Yeah, I mean, we've lost so much this year. I want this year to get over and before we lose anybody more. And then I
Mhm.
hope next year will be far kinder to us.
Yeah. I'm about ready to be done with the 2020s.
Hmm. Yeah. Overall, 2020 has been shitey.
Yeah. And well, speaking of shiny, apparently that's what's happening with Predator Badlands and its box office numbers.
Hmm.
So let's go ahead and get into the weekend box office first with this story from Cosmic Book News.
Woo! Oh, by the way, this just in, all's quiet on the cash front. I'll keep you updated if news changes. Back to you, Mike.
All right. And before I get into this story, I do want to say hello to Pop Culture Mechanic. I hope you had a Merry Christmas, brother, with your family, and
Yeah.
hope things are going well.
Yeah. I hope you had a great Christmas, and I hope this new year is smooth sailing, as we shall say. So, even if you're
Oh.
Canadian.
Fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Throw salt over your shoulder, get some holy water. Whatever you think will help you
Oh,
get through the next year.
I got I got a 55-gallon drum of holy water right now, and all ready to go, and my blessed silver bullets in case the werewolves come around, and whatnot.
So we have this article by Matt McGloin, which was posted last Sunday. And the reason why it wasn't talked about last Sunday was because it wasn't posted until 8:34 p.m. Matt's local time. But it says Predator Badlands box office losses approach 80 million. And Pop Culture Mechanic says, I need those charms to protect myself from my own government. True, living up in Canada.
Eh?
That's scary. I mean, the world is scary right now. If I'm going to be frank,
I thought you were Mike.
I'm just going to be frank with everybody. The world's scary right now, no matter where you go.
Yep. Surely you're not serious.
Of course,
Sorry,
I'm serious. Of course, I'm serious. And you know what? We're slacking, brother.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Well, Predator Badlands is now shaping up to be an even bigger box office disaster than originally projected, with losses approaching 80 million as theatrical interest completely collapses. It says what was once estimated to lose around 60 million is now tracking significantly worse as the film's domestic run fizzles out and international audiences largely stay away. Nobody was interested in this one.
No. I mean, maybe it was a great. I mean, I'm not going to criticize the film. I haven't seen it. I know people didn't like the design that they saw of the Predator, and of course you had, was it a bio-enhanced female or something like that teamed up with her, and I can't remember. Is this a female Predator or it's a male Predator?
It's a male Predator.
Okay,
so the Predator movie before this, Prey, that was on Hulu, was about a Native woman who battled against a Predator.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, there's only one person I know of that was really hyped about this and just talking her ear off about that. That was Jace.
Yeah, Jace was real excited for this to come out,
and I think he liked it too.
Which is fine. I mean,
yeah, I'm not
just because we don't like something, or maybe you like something and Cash doesn't like something, or I'm like, I don't really care one way or another. Doesn't mean we're gonna go and say, well, you're completely wrong because this movie did this, this, and this. I mean, there are people with different opinions on Superman that came out this year.
Right.
I felt it was all over the place, especially when it never gave itself time to breathe, to let you actually take in the moment when you needed to have those kind of moments.
Right. I mean, again, for this film, I'm neutral on it either way, because I've never seen it, so I can't say it's bad, or I can't say it's good. I can only report what I've heard, both negative and positive, knowing that there's people that did like it, like Jace. There's people that didn't like it, and maybe when it comes to streaming, I'll watch it and then get my opinion on that one. So I'm not gonna pile on it, but I just think to the point that the design did get a little bit too radical, that drove the fans off. And did we really need this? So
that's true. And when it comes to
the
Predator,
away from
what I was gonna say was what I think of when I think of the Predator is the first movie. None of the other movies were able to keep my interest.
Mm-hmm. Right. The main movie was, despite what Paul from Phantomology says, was a great film. I mean,
come on, kill me, do it.
Didn't that make Doomcock's helmet implode when he said that? I can't remember.
I think it was Paul's list that made Doomcock's
the whole
helmet implode.
Yeah, but I know Predator. I know Paul's got a lot of flack about Predator. Poor guy. But yeah, how can you not like it?
To be
Die,
honest with
die,
you,
time to bleed.
with you, anonymous about Predator 2, I haven't
Yeah.
watched it all the way through. I keep going
I
back to the original.
yeah,
I
I
have nothing
watched it.
against Danny Glover.
No, 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 no. Well, see, the thing is that came in, it was starting to push that environmental thing, the city's heating up and causing issues, and the predators coming in because it's prime target. Now, I did like the one element though, uh, when he was scanning, like the one woman that was being part of, that was part of the group that he was going after. He saw that she was pregnant and left her be. It's like I like that character development of the predator species. That they're not just mindless killers. It's like, oh, this one's with child. I will leave it alone.
Mhm.
I'll just go for the other person over there and hunt them. But this one's out of the fight. Um, but yeah,
When it
overall,
comes
with
to the Predator species, because I know they've written comics, and I'm not up to the Predator lore, but maybe when it comes to that particular species, there's an honor code. You do not kill women with child.
right, and which is not surprising, just an element that I really like that they put in there because you can tell that in the first film too. It's like he's trying to hunt he's hunting the soldiers, not the civilians. He takes his trophies back from warriors he took out. Obviously, it's not really fair with all the technology he has, but then again, a deer could say the same thing too.
Mhm.
Or a wolf or a coyote, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I mean, I'm not all that versed with predator lore. I know there's a huge lore out there. I know that people are just absolutely love it and know it back and forth. Like, do we do a Star Trek or Doctor Who or Star Wars or whatnot? Um, and I admire that greatly and have no problems with that. I love the fact that the series has bloomed out. But for me, it's just basically Predator, the first film. I'm happy with that, and
Mhm.
uh, and I'm not. And like I said, it was a great film. Saw it in the theater. I saw it in the theater with Jesse Ventura, even though he lied about it the next day when he was talking to the press, because I got in on a special press pass to go in there and watch it with everybody
Yeah.
the day before, whatever it released. So I'm in there with all the critics and other people that get these special Nemir Fieger passes, and because I knew a guy who knew a guy, which was Nemir Fieger, and of course, talked with Jesse, you know, kind of briefly, but he didn't want to talk. He was a bit of an asshole back then, too. To be honest with you.
Well, he's a former professional wrestler. They all have an ego. They all have that power trip, saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna go, you know, and let
Yeah.
Hogan go over me. No, that's not possible. I want to
You know,
go over Hogan."
mhm. I think what Jesse had that was bad was an ego with a victimhood mentality, which is dangerous because you start making fights where you don't need to make fights. You're constantly bemoaning, even though you're doing your shtick, but it's like bemoaning how you were screwed out of this, how you were screwed out of this, and basically for a long time they saw where we're getting from. Jesse,
Hmm.
they ran for governor, and then yeah, the governor, him running for governor, basically destroyed him.
Yeah.
Being if you would have actually gone into the St. Paul Capitol and did just 50 to 60% of what he promised, he would have been in there on a second term like you couldn't believe, and we'd be hailed as one of the greatest governors this state already had,
Hmm.
right? Whether it's true or not, but he would be hailed as that. But no, he walked in, started attacking the press that was fawning over him, except for one individual by the name of Jason Lewis that he worked with on the radio station that he was on before he began running. And Jason was constantly warning us, don't be fooled. He's not the man he's trying to appear to be. Jason Lewis was right. And he just walked in there and just one F up after another. And when it came down to things, even though he said he was at first Reform Party, but then he left it because Patrick Buchanan became part of the Reform Party. I'm now an independent. And even when he was Reform Party, he wouldn't help anybody who was running, to try to get in his Congress, state Congress and such like that. He snubbed them all. It's like, Jesse, you could have really built up the Reform
Party. Puts a
Party.
bad image on him.
Yeah. Then he went full-fledged independent. But every time he turned around, he was always siding with the Democrats and shunning the Republicans. Now, that'd be great if he just came out and said, I'm going to be a Democrat. No, I don't like either one of them. He was constantly saying, I don't like either one of them, but he was always going that direction. It's like, well, fine, then just say you're a Democrat. Be truthful. Because if you're a true independent, you'd be working with both of them, which would be just fine. I have no problem with. I still don't have problem with that.
Yeah, man.
But because of that,
Jess Sparks is bringing up Arnold when he was governor of California. Remember, everybody was swooning over Arnold as the governor because he was doing things that were right for the state, and then he changed. He started cutting programs.
Yep.
I mean, I can remember flying out to California in 2004 and seeing the shirts, my governor can beat up your governor.
We had those too. I think they just repurposed them.
Probably.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time.
No.
But with Predator Badlands, it dropped off a cliff in its 7th week on the box office charts. And it says here it plunged 78.3% to just $213,000 for its intake during that week.
Oh, that is just...
The film also lost roughly 70% of its remaining theaters, a clear sign exhibitors are done with it. Well, I mean, it's not the only movie that's had a short run this year. I mean, I'm surprised that Wicked is already out of my theater, and I thought it had a little bit more staying power, but it's already gone.
Yep. And this is the holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
Numbers should be going up now because, we have all this whole time. People can go out to theaters, which they normally did, which is why when they want to re-release these around these dates to do that. So, and there's, again, a number of factors. One, the movies are not grabbing people to come into the theater. I mean, like I said, with the Predator, a lot of the fans were unimpressed with the character design, so that pushed them away. And of course, films that were absolute woke crap that was still being made and being released, and people not interested in that. The price of seeing the movie obviously is a big thing. It's like, oh my God, how we're going to keep the movie industry alive? I know, let's raise the prices even higher. No, this is the case where you drop the prices, and instead of having that big, huge ticket sales, but you're not getting many people coming in, you have smaller ticket sales, but you're making more money and more people are coming in.
Yeah, that's true. And also, Jed, I want to congratulate your cousin and his wife on the birth of their first child. That's wonderful news.
Well, there we go. There's a bright, shining light to 2025. Bless them. God bless them all.
Yes.
And I bless a long life to the child, and I hope it's a fruitful life.
That's that. I hope that their future is bright and that they're able to do things with their parents for as long as they live.
Yeah. Right. So they got a lot of work ahead of them.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of those poor parents, and when I was back at that time, it's like, yeah, look at the colors of your hair right now. Yeah, they're gonna change. They're gonna change. Parenthood
Mhm.
does that.
Excuse me. But it says
But
here, go ahead, Baron.
but normally you don't regret anything about it. So back to you, Mike.
And of course, as you can see, as you've been able to see, it shows that the tallies for domestic are at 90 million, international 92 million, for a worldwide total of $183,470,240. But really, nobody was asking for another Predator movie.
No.
It says those numbers fall well short of what the film needed to break even after production costs, marketing, and distribution expenses are factored in. Thought to be around 262 million.
Yeah. And the thing is the need and want thing, that we have out there. And I'll flip it back a couple years. We didn't need a Christmas Story Christmas.
No, we didn't.
We didn't want it. We did not want it. I mean, we didn't. It's like we what's going on. But the thing is we needed it.
We
It
didn't know
helped
we
keep us
needed
alive.
it. And as
Yeah.
far as we were concerned, we didn't need it. But when we watched it, it's like,
Yeah.
we needed this.
Yeah, we didn't want it, but then we watched it and we needed it. So there's a lot of
Just
stuff
like
that
with
comes
Top
out.
Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
I didn't think we needed another Top Gun movie,
Right.
after, almost 36 years since the original
Right.
came out. But it
I
was
mean,
a film I was glad that eventually came out.
mhm. And that's an excellent film too. An excellent bookend film. Watch both of them together, double play. I mean, uh, a good duology, a good, with yeah, you need to watch both of them. But the thing is, we don't want a lot of stuff, but then we need but then we find out we needed it, and then of course it comes the other way. Sometimes we don't want that, and it comes out, and it's like, yeah, we really didn't need this.
Mhm.
So we got to quit being so hard on the uh, the want part, because I know that we talk about it behind scenes sometimes on the air too. Is like, we don't really want this, or we don't need this, but I like to go with the want, because uh that's not our desire. So not needing it means we don't want it. And the big question is do we need it? Not do we want it? Is it able to do something to go along? And I think that's part of the with all of us. We got to kind of sit back a few paces and start thinking.
Yeah.
Who's doing it? How is this going about? And then you find out, yeah, Maverick, we did need this. Christmas Story Christmas, we did need this. Obviously, there's a lot of people who voiced their opinion that they didn't need the Predator movie that we have here.
Mhm.
Again, not a shot at it. Like I said, it could be a great film. Don't get me wrong. I haven't seen it.
I
I'm just
can't
going
judge it because
by
I haven't seen it. I've only
right,
seen the trailer, and what I saw in the trailer didn't interest me.
right. It didn't interest me either. And which might have hurt. We know how trailers really suck. I mean, Transformers 1.
Mhm.
We didn't want it, but we needed it, and it was all the advertising that made it, made that hurt it.
That hurt it. It hurt its box office. Hurt,
Mhm.
the feedback people would give it. I mean, when I first saw that trailer for Transformers 1, you know what I said? I said, I
Yeah.
have no interest in this. And then I started thinking, I'm going to go give it a chance. And I actually liked a lot of the elements they put into it.
Yeah, and who was it that told you, hey, watch it? Honestly, was it Comic Relief Crusader, or I can't remember? But
Steven. No, it was Steven.
Fats did it. Okay, yeah, and and you started hailing from the top of the mountain as well, saying, "Give your Transformer fans, you need to see it." unfortunately, it wasn't able to help. The word of mouth didn't help because the damage was done.
Yeah, the damage was already done, and Paramount said, no, we're not granting a sequel. Well,
Right.
Paramount, Hasbro, you have yourselves to blame for that.
Yeah, not us. It's how you packaged it, and you packaged it all wrong.
Mhm.
And the attitude of someone going out there, I think, we need to change the attitude about the needs and the wants, as well as the studios. They may not want what we're doing right here, but maybe it's what they need. In other words, they're putting their best effort to make the best film there is possible, whether it's something from scratch or they're continuing on a legacy, right? Like this Predator film and some others out there. We can go back and talk about Star Wars, right?
Mhm.
We yeah, we wanted it to have that last trilogy, but in the end, we didn't need it,
I
right?
mean,
The,
when I
the
went and
studio,
saw Alien Romulus, I was liking it up until it got to the middle of the movie. And then,
right?
they start throwing in things from Alien Resurrection, Alien 3. It's like, no, you had something good going up until that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you here, Baron. I
Mm.
think as someone who's putting my hard-earned money into seeing a movie, into buying a game, into paying for a subscription to a streaming service, I do feel that it's my duty to let everybody know, okay, I enjoy this movie for this reason. I didn't like this movie for that reason. This TV
Right.
show for that reason. This game for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm. And
And I'm not gonna do it out of spite.
no, and see what the studios need to start doing, and it was kind of like that back in the old days. It's not what the audience want, but what they need. In other words, they have people that are outside the friggin' bubble and getting the pulse on the true trends out there, what people are craving for, not what their little insular bubble of incest thoughts. And I'm not talking about just brother, just the fact that they all it is just them. It's just like a bunch of rich hoity-toity hillbillies. And they knew that, and then how to package it. Then they need to learn how to package it out there. I have to say, whoever Jar Jar Abrams got to do like the Force Awakens trailer, we need that. It pumps you up, gets you excited, but you can't tell what the actual F is going to happen in that movie. And then you grab somebody with that because, despite what anybody says, don't judge a book by the cover. People do. If you have an ugly cover to a book, they'll pass it by. If you have a good cover on the book, you grab them. And it's like, oh, what's this about? And the funny thing is, the one that has the bad cover is a great book, and the one that has the great cover is a bad book. You want to put both of them together. You want to put the good cover on the good book, get it out there, get people titillated, get the proper trailers and such out there. Again, that's titillating. It's like, wow, what's this all about? Because this is something they didn't want, but now it's like they're getting titillated. And if it's a good product, they go see it and they come back and go, we needed that. We
Or
needed Star
even look
Wars.
at it from
We needed Indiana Jones.
even look at it from this aspect too, Baron. There have been movies that haven't been box office successes. Let's face it.
Right.
Yet when they become available on home video, for some reason or another, they become cult classics.
Yeah.
People
Tron,
start
Blade
renting
Runner.
them. People start,
Mhm.
inviting people over to their houses to watch them. Or in this day
Yeah.
and age, invite people to participate in watch parties.
Right.
We sit down, we watch it, and for some reason, the movie clicks.
hmm
Word gets
Yeah,
out. Oh, you got to check this out.
exactly. Like I said, Blade Runner, Tron, Christmas Story, a few of the others that didn't do well in the theater, or even the quote unquote B films like Full Moon had, and even pre Full Moon with like Transers and Zone Troopers. You're talking about the ones that were low budget, but damn, they had a good story behind it and it was fun. And you had people that were trying to do the best effort they can for acting. Jack Death Loves. That's all I gotta say. Tim Thomerson, I love you, man. I'd love to talk to you sometime.
No. Real quick, look at what Anonymous wrote.
Hey. I told you before. That's behind the scenes, okay, buddy? Come on. Not in public. Not in public. We'll talk later. Sweetheart. Yeah, Tommy boy. Yeah.
No,
Some of the Sandler
but
films.
I mean, The Wedding Singer became
Mhm.
popular when it was released on home video and people could rent it. Austin Powers, the first Austin Powers,
Oh yeah.
became successful because of the home video market,
Right.
not its box office.
$1 million. Sharks with freaking laser beams, I mean, yeah, and I think the big thing about it wasn't Austin Powers, it was Dr. Evil that really people clicked with as a character. It's like, this guy is just too alert. I mean, I know it's Mike Myers, but still, it's friggin' much more interesting than Austin.
Let's even look at it from a different aspect too, Baron. Think about Police Squad.
Oh yeah,
the TV series only had 8 episodes, yet Naked Gun from the File of Police. I'm sorry, 6. But Naked Gun from the Files of Police Squad, that movie became a hit.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it had 6 episodes filmed, only 4 episodes aired, right? But yet it still gathered enough. I mean, a lot of us who watch it, and I was lucky enough to watch when it was those first 4 episodes on it. We loved it. This was great. And someone's saying, yeah, it's not gonna. I think my teacher in class, because we're talking about when in the class, because I was either in 7th or 8th grade, and he goes, yeah, the show's not going to last. And we're going, what do you mean? It's great and all this. Yeah, it does not fit what they necessarily want. You actually have to sit and think when you watch this show, and they don't get it. They don't understand it. There's no laugh track. So yeah, they're gonna shove it away when this could have been one of the biggest hits if they would have kept it on. But they intentionally sunk it right away. They intentionally did that without even having everything aired. And of course, I can't remember what the time slot is, but I don't think it was a very easy time slot to get to with everything that was going on around it. But yeah, and then what happens? You got the 3 movies. There are only 3 movies, by the way. Only 3.
Yeah, Naked Gun 2, and Naked Gun 33 and a third.
Yeah, 2.5. Naked Gun 2.5, and then 33 in the third. I saw what he did there, Zaz. Zucker's rest Abrams' soul.
And it says here about Predator Badlands, Disney was likely hoping international markets would help soften the blow, but that didn't happen. Overseas box office barely edged past domestic, and there was no late surge from key territories. With global interest fading fast, there's little chance the film meaningfully improves its final numbers. And
right,
look,
you don't get the
it's baby cash.
Aww. Before puberty, the chin dropped.
Yeah. Losses now nearing 80 million based on its worldwide gross and estimated total cost. Predator Badlands is now on pace to lose close to 80 million theatrically. That's a significant jump from earlier projections and firmly places the movie in bomb territory at the box office.
Yeah. It is.
Merchandising and downstream revenue won't come close to offsetting the gap.
You said it wrong. Merchandising. Merchandising.
Well, I mean, this isn't Spaceballs, so that's why I didn't say it that way.
But
It
you
says
still
Alien.
gotta do that, whether you like it or not.
Okay, all right. It says Aliens versus Predator crossover likely dead. One of the bigger implications of the failure is the apparent death of the once hyped Aliens versus Predator crossover. With Predator Badlands underperforming this badly, there's little incentive for Disney to move forward with a theatrical crossover event.
Mm-hmm.
There's also no current talk of a sequel. Why would there be?
I mean, and then they're throwing the baby out of the bathtub with the water because you could bring in those Predator fans as well as the Alien fan if they did that. It's like, if they did it right, if they did it properly, and and we know that they won't because they're idiots. But
It says Predator likely headed back to streaming. If Disney decides to continue the Predator franchise at all, the most likely path appears to be streaming rather than theaters. A scaled down release would limit risk, lower budget after the clear rejection of Predator Badlands by moviegoers. For now, Predator Badlands looks like the end of the road for the franchise on the big screen.
mm,
And it says fake hype can't save Predator. We also see that those fake memes run by various outlets didn't help. And yeah, Aliens versus Predator is still the highest grossing of the Predator films, coming in at over 305 million in today's dollars. The 1987 original starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. It's got muscle. It has muscle compared to Badlands. That's right. Badlands is puny compared. That's right. That's right. Also blows Badlands by landing over 280 million in today's dollars. That's right. That's right. Come on, you go watch my movie. It's not a boring movie. It's not boring. Come on, get to the chopper and see it.
how can you see that movie's boring?
I don't know. But different strokes for different folks.
Right, Anamas, how you
Come
you
on,
want.
come on. You gotta watch it. Come on. Also, when Carl Weathers comes in, Dutch and Carl. Yeah, that's right. They shake hands, and it's like they're having an arm wrestling contest. And you see the muscles. Come on,
You
the
son of a
muscles.
bitch.
Yeah. Well, we gotta watch Predator next year. We gotta watch it. And yes, I probably will be doing my Arnold impression during the whole time. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I'd be surprised if we didn't.
It also says in this article, its domestic run also destroys Badlands with a massive 170.793 million in today's dollars, twice of that of Badlands. That's right. It's twice the muscle. That's right. Oh. Hey, one thing that's not going to change on this channel in 2026 is having fun.
And you know what? We can't get hit with using AI with that. That is all Mike's talent.
Come on. It's all my voice. Trying to sound like Arnold. Come on. I know some of you are rolling your eyes going, oh my God, why is this guy doing this? Because it's all about having fun here. You got to have fun here.
Yeah. I'm rolling my eyes right now. So.
Well, you always do.
And why not?
And Padawannabe says, all these films just make Predator 2 so much better. Even if Danny Glover is too old for that, I'm getting too old for this shit. Those are girly man numbers. You need to pump up. That's right. That's right. You need to eat right. You need to lift weights. You need to build some muscle. Badlands doesn't have muscle. It's got one of the Fanning sisters, but even that can't save.
Nothing can save you now.
No. And
Nothing.
there is something that is updated. I'm just seeing if something is on it. Oh, bite me. Bite me.
No.
Yeah, you already know the answer with me saying bite me.
Mhm.
But
Bite my shiny metal ass.
let's go ahead and get into the weekend box office. So I'll go ahead and share the chart that I'm looking at right now. Bam, bam. And we see that Avatar Fire and Ash is once again the number one movie for
Yay.
December 26th to the 28th. It made 64 million this weekend. Last weekend it made 80 million. So it's got 144 million right now, but of course, if you add the other days, it currently has 217 million domestically, and it's the international box office that's really carrying it.
Right.
Just like with Zootopia, that international box office has been carrying that movie.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not good for the domestic. Now you have to figure out how can you do it where everybody obviously not compromise, but where you can have both the domestic and the international going. Yeah, this is good.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of Zootopia, that made 20 million over the weekend, and it currently has over 1.4 billion. And that, again, in large part, like I said, is because of the international box office. That's what's carrying it. It's nobody here in the States, it's everybody internationally who's carrying this film.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And
Fire and Ash.
I don't want to be says it's the hemorrhoid saga.
Don't worry, there'll be another one coming out.
Yeah, James Cameron will say, okay, it's making money. We're going to produce more. We know Crit probably enjoyed it.
Yeah, and nothing wrong with Crit liking it. I mean,
no, I'm just saying we know he probably enjoyed it, and we know that he's a fan of those movies, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody's a fan of something different, is what I'm saying.
I think there's something wrong with it myself, but
And of course, Marty Supreme has made a total of 28 million. Then you have Anonymous's favorite movie. He won't say it out loud, but we will. We'll say it for him.
Well, if you have Sydney Sweeney going around, showing them off, then it's like, what the hell, man? Come on, man.
Yeah, that movie's currently made 46 million. Yeah, I knew we'd see it all way.
Sydney Sweeney boobies.
Yeah, every time she wasn't on screen, Anonymous probably was pouting and going, "This movie sucks," and then she comes back on screen. Okay, this movie's good. Oh,
Best
it sucks again.
Movie ever. Yeah.
And Anaconda, no, it's not that Anaconda, and it's not the one that came out in the 90s. It's a comedy with Jack Black and Paul Rudd that made a domestic total of 23 million and international total of 20 million. So that gives you 43 million. And Anonymous says it was bittersweet. Yeah, he's sitting there eating his popcorn. Then he's looking. Okay, the wife's not looking. I can smile, and then he gets hit by his wife.
And then he looks over at the older lady next to him and goes, "Handy, you want handy?"
No, then the older lady next to him hits him. How dare you look at Sydney Sweeney with your wife next to you?
He'd be looking at me. Look at these things. I don't care how wrinkled and saggy they are. No, he didn't.
No, no, come on, man.
That's not the story Cash told me.
What am I gonna do with you?
I don't know what I'm doing with me.
He says he had to look at the floor.
Don't wake up, little Willie. Don't wake up. Don't wake up, little Willie. Don't wake up. Don't wake up, little Willie.
Yeah. Okay, Baron. Okay.
Well, you never had that problem where you're sitting in.
I'm not discussing it on stream.
Like you see Sydney Sweeney goes.
That's the TMI portion of the stream that I'm not talking about.
Hey, we're men. It happens. It's naturally voluntary.
Yeah, and the internet's forever. The internet's forever.
Yeah, so I'm an open book. I mean, who's going to deny it? I mean, if you sit back and think, I mean, involuntarily things happens when Sydney Sweeney shows off her titas, and it's like you can't help it. I'm just saying, I'm one of those guys. I'm doing the prayer. Please don't wake up. Please don't wake up. It woke up.
And I'm disappointed.
The old lady next to me, I go, can I have help?
I'm disappointed to see that the movie David it isn't doing better at the box office than it is. I mean, yeah, I know it's not a Christmas film, but considering it was Christmas week and you can still call it Christmas weekend, I was surprised it didn't do better.
It should have. They had good cast in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was the artist, Pat Wannabe. What? What, Lady Mist? Come on. You know, like my wife's been saying constantly lately, all boys stop growing at age 12. And she's talking about the personality-wise. They're always that way. The body might grow up to be older. I'm 57 years old and I still got a 12-year-old mind in me. I'm just trying to figure out why I can't do things I used to do, and what the hell is all those noises coming from my joints, and why does my back hurt so much?
Well, that's because you don't have any WD-40 and you're not squirting WD-40 on your joints.
I'm not a droid.
Funny, you're moving around like a droid. We both are at this age.
Yeah, that's true.
Heck, for me, I'm moving around more like the Tin Man.
Oil can.
But yeah, I really would have thought David would have done better this weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and take a look and see what it's done. Yeah, I mean, come on. Take your family.
Look at the worldwide. What did you only release it in Israel internationally? Is that why? Come on.
That's sad. Those are sad numbers.
Yeah, they are.
Let's see. The SpongeBob movie, Search for SquarePants. Maybe SpongeBob is running out of the ability to soak up that water, because his movies in the past have done pretty well, but this one doesn't appear to be doing all too great.
Well, who's the one that sat back and said it the other show, not the other week, but the other show, that the animation might be a turnoff to a lot of people.
Pat Wannabe had said that last Sunday when he joined us.
Oh, I don't know. That seems a little bit. That sounds a little bit too hoity-toity from him. It's got to be somebody else.
No, I believe it was from Pat Wannabe.
Oh, that's right. He goes, SpongeBob drawn bad. I was like, oh, okay. I don't remember it.
I stand corrected. I'm sorry. Mea culpa, mea culpa. I'm sorry.
That's why SpongeBob drawn bad. But we always confuse those two. I'm serious about this. Those two need to start a stream together. They really do. Can you
Called
imagine?
the Patamas Hour.
Yeah. Ooh, Patamas. There we go.
And the lady
I
that
could
says
say something.
they don't allow dogs at the theater, so can't take the pack. Well, as far as the four-legged friends, no, they don't allow. But yeah, I could go somewhere, but I'm gonna refrain.
How about a dog like me?
I'm afraid we're gonna have to put that dog down.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. Come on, Baron. Let's go back behind the barn. He's my Baron. I'm going to do it.
Oh, great. Instead of Old Yeller, it's Old Baron.
Old Baron, yeah.
I shouldn't be laughing, but I was, because for some reason I found it funny.
Because it was. Don't deny your your funny bone, man. You deny your funny bone, you become like Cash, and you don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's true. I start talking like this and saying, these people, guys, these people. And of course, I know his number one fan, the Lawn Suffering, is listening, probably going, boo hiss to you, Mike.
Mm-hmm. Well, truth is truth, though. Truth is truth.
And Pat Wannabe says, I'm the one that likes X-Men and F1. Yes, Pat Wannabe. Yes.
Oh,
just gotta wait 2 weeks. Yeah, you gotta wait 2 weeks, my friend, before we have that watch party.
We know all about your X-Men 97 fetish. And yes, I'm calling it a fetish. Just for you.
Rogue's too flat.
What's too flat?
Rogue.
My head?
She's too flat in X-Men 97.
Yeah, they did the Brie Larson ass on her. What the hell, man? Never do a Brie Larson ass on somebody like that. Never.
And Pat says, my father-in-law is a huge Neil Diamond fan. Yeah, my sister wanted to see this, but she doesn't care for what Hugh Jackman did to his ex-wife by cheating on her. But yes.
A lot of people have gotten turned off by him, too, because the Sweet Caroline, when they started finding out what the words were all about and who they were directed at, an underaged Carolyn Kennedy, people started getting a little creeped out, you might say.
But don't get me wrong, Neil Diamond has some good songs, but when you
he's a great songwriter.
Actually listen to some of the words, especially in Sweet Caroline, it's like, dude.
It could have been a sweet platonic song, and it turned into Creepsville.
And Pat Wannabe says it's okay. Storm's black outfit makes up for Rogue's lack of roundness.
You're wrong, sir. Absolutely wrong. You never put Brie Larson ass on anyone, especially Rogue. Good day, sir. Get off
And
our
I
podcast.
mean, I will admit they got it right in Marvel Rivals when it came to Rogue.
Yeah.
And she's one of my favorite characters. So it's like, well, what did you do? What did you do to her? What did you do to her? That's not Rogue. That's not what she looks like.
How dare you? How
Yeah, yeah. You can call me Pacific Thunberg. How dare you? You ruined my adolescent teenage years with this crap. I was a teenager when the original X-Men animated series came out, and the comics were still out.
I got carpal tunnel watching Rogue. Come on, don't ruin it for me.
Baron, I swear.
What?
Got carpal tunnel.
Yeah.
So. And we have Wicked for Good, which made $5.2 million. It'll be available to buy on digital Tuesday. And it was released in 4,115 theaters. Mm-hmm. We can go back and look and see how many theaters have it now. And it's 2,008 theaters that currently have the movie in it. But my sister already said she's buying it when it comes out on digital. I said, could you just wait? Could you just wait? Because your birthday's in February, and I can get you that for your birthday.
No.
Because I never
know.
Never know what to get her anymore.
You're going to hear that movie constantly, then too.
I hear the first one. I don't care. It doesn't bother me.
That's what
headsets. Not like it's not like she's playing it at a full volume, and I'm going, "Oh my god, get me out of here!" Trust me, if that happened, I'd get in the car and go somewhere. Tires screeching and everything. But yeah, then we have Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which made $4.4 million this weekend, and that's in its fourth week of release, and it currently has a worldwide total of $220 million.
$200 million.
Yes.
Hey, you think you can hold the one last check though? I was going to ask if you can hold the fort for just a second. I got to take a little step away. But did Cat Leo come back? Please.
That's what I was groaning about earlier, Baron. It's not on there.
Oh, well.
Our kitty cats aren't on there. This is the second week that our kitty cats aren't on there.
The kitty cat kicked Superman's ass. They're not necessarily by money, but by hanging in there, boy. They hung in there.
Yeah. So. Cat Video Fest 2025, man.
Now we got to do 2026.
Yeah, definitely.
The reckoning. The purring.
Oh, God, Pata. Don't encourage him.
Well, I had carpal tunnel in both hands, so I look more like Popeye.
Stop taking my present ideas. Quit buying stuff.
Gosh.
I don't know. Between Pata, Wannabe, and Baron. Oh, gosh. Got a bunch of teenagers.
Well, 12-year-old's not quite teenage, but
you're close enough. You're close enough.
Okay.
Now go do what you need to do before you do something you regret doing.
Joe, I need some help.
What am I going to do with that boy? Seriously, folks, what am I going to do with him?
Talk to Sandy. She does the same thing.
I might have to talk to the long-suffering. But we'll also talk about this. our main article for this Sunday afternoon here on Pacific 414 Pop Talk, the one that the thumbnail is all about. So let me get the link to all channels. And let me also catch up with the chat. Lady Miss says, "Yep, yeah, that's right, Baron. You better get there. You better make it." And when's the watch party for Popeye the Sailor Man? I don't know yet. I gotta plan it out month by month. Right now, I've got up to March planned out, but I'll tell you all about that when the time's appropriate. And in our main article from Bounding into Comics by Spencer Bercouli, posted on Christmas, it says Godzilla Minus One director says key to Japanese media finding overseas success is, and Hollywood should take note on this one, to not think about the rest of the world at all and instead push the domestic aspect to its limits. It says, speaking as a proven 116 million international box office earning expert on the matter, Godzilla Minus One director Takashi Yamazaki says that rather than changing their entire identities in order to appeal to overseas markets, the key to success for any given piece of Japanese media is for its creators to do the complete opposite and instead focus their attention squarely on their domestic audiences. Not a bad piece of advice.
Wow, I'm amazed. By the way, will he make it or bet you don't? That was the situation we're in. But I got the forbidden donut. There were donuts.
And Lady Miss had said to you, find a corner and get in it, Baron.
Where do you think my chair is right now? In the corner. So I can do both.
And she also says, hold your canned spinach there, boys. Yes, because I did promise Lady Miss that we are going to watch Conan. I meant for it to be this month, but plans change. But I promised you, Lady Miss, we will watch Conan.
I want to hear the lamentation of the women.
Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of the women.
All right, so of course he says about the success of the movie, of course, saying that rather than changing their entire identities in order to appeal to overseas markets, the key to success for any given piece of Japanese media is for its creators to do the complete opposite and instead focus their attention squarely on their domestic audiences, which, again, like I said, is sound advice. Hollywood should take note. Yamazaki, whose other directorial credits include 2010's live-action space battleship Yamato, the live-action Parasite duology, and never seen it. And the animated Lupin III, the first opined on the topics of Japan's ongoing birth rate crisis, motivated economic turn toward international consumers, while speaking to Forbes Japan alongside Neon Genesis Evangelion creator Hideki Anno regarding the future of the country's rapidly expanding entertainment industry. Following an opening admission from Anno that although some companies and creators are scrambling to make their works more international friendly, he himself had never once made a work with the overseas audience in mind. The most recent Japanese Godzilla helmsman recalled when we were making Godzilla Minus One, we weren't thinking about overseas audiences at all. Not even 1 millimeter. No, Japanese people are focused on their Japanese product, which is Godzilla. So they're going to focus on it for that market first. And then if, somebody from another country happens to find the movie and watch it and enjoy it, all the better. But it's their folklore. It's not ours. It's theirs.
Mhm.
When the film was close to being finished, people at Toho said, "Well, roll it out overseas," he continued, as machine translated by ChatGPT, but they said it would be released with subtitles rather than dubbing. So at first I thought they're not very motivated. However, during the pandemic, there were many people in North America who were watching Japanese and Asian anime and dramas, and subtitles were actually considered cooler.
Well, yeah, especially with the K dramas. I mean, I know there's still strife between Japan and Korea, but the K when you want to sit back and say about Asian dramas, it's K dramas, Korean stuff, because people really go nuts over it.
And Lady Miss says she can't wait. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Lady Miss can't wait. That's right. And
I still got
Patty says, I was just teasing that Popeye film is horror. Oh, no, I wasn't thinking about the horror Popeye film. I was thinking more about the one with Robin Williams and Shelley Duvall. That's the one I was thinking of.
Mm-hmm. Didn't you do that not too long ago?
No, I haven't done that one.
Oh, okay.
No, I only played a clip after Shelley Duvall had passed away.
Okay.
And Patty says he watched the Conan films so many times as a kid. That's right. That's right. That's when he realized, yeah, I don't want to be puny. I want to have muscle.
And Pat Wannabe is still puny.
And Lady Miss says that she only watches the old Conan movies.
Well, yeah.
And it says here in the article, rather than us having done something, my impression is that the times had changed and the groundwork for acceptance was already there. That it went on to rewrite the all-time box office record for live-action Japanese films in the U.S. was more surprising than anything else. Yeah, when I saw it, when it was out in theaters, I didn't need it to be dubbed. I didn't need to be dubbed at all. I completely understood what was going on even without reading the subtitles. Oh shit. Oh, God dang it. Oh, God. Baron, do we have to let him in?
Yeah, I know. I didn't let him in.
Man.
He's still
No, I'm saying, do we have to let him in?
Oh, do we have to?
Come
I don't
on.
know. Yeah, you goobers. I'm here. He'll start putting stuff in the private chat, whining about getting in. He's calling us goobers and such.
Oh, God, do it, man. All right, fine. I'll let him in. I'll quit whining and bitching, but I have something to say to him too.
Okay. Where the hell have you been, soldier?
Training, sir! Training, sir!
What kind of training, son?
Army training, sir! Army training, sir!
Sorry, I hit the gong a little too early. I was going to hit the gong.
Well. Looky what we have here.
He's the chin.
Cat cut the ton of cash money.
Is he there?
He's muted.
So what the hell?
Oh, hello.
Oh,
nice to meet you.
Oh, hello. Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. Oh, hello. I'm
Hi.
Cash Money 007. It's nice to meet you. Yes.
Hey, you goobers.
How you doing, Goober?
How are you nerds doing?
We're doing fine, nerd.
I just,
Oh, Lady
yeah.
Call
Mist.
us nerd. You're a nerd too.
Oh, man.
Mr.
Funny.
Nerdly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just so you know, Cash, between Baron and myself, to you.
If you've got an issue, here's a tissue.
Okay, Baron, I think that was a little drastic, but
It was? Okay, in that case.
it's not technical difficulties. And look who shows up. Cash is
What?
here,
Well,
and his
how you
biggest
doing?
fan shows up. His number one fan.
See what happened? Yeah. Got my eye on it, Cash, by the way.
She's like, I deal with Baron 365 days a year. And Mike, he's okay. Wait, Cash is there? Hi, Cash.
Let me tickle your chin.
It's so good to see you, Cash.
It's like we're in a bad hollow deck or something.
Hey, what do you say about my woman?
Oh God. You know, you two fighting amongst yourselves, okay?
Okay, that's cool. We can do that. Da 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 da.
All right, so
Yeah.
it says, to this end, Yamazaki then brought the conversation to the wider Japanese entertainment environment. Excuse me. Asserting to its Forbes Japan host, I think the greatest weapon for works released for overseas audiences is not thinking about overseas at all, and instead pushing the domestic aspect to its limit. That gives a work strength. If you try to match global standards, there are probably many people in Hollywood who are much better at that. Instead, I think the strength of Japanese works that go overseas lies in things that are unusual, maybe a little strange, but interesting in some way. The reason Hollywood is often said to be boring lately is that formulas for how to make a hit have become too well established, resulting in the same kinds of works being made over and over again. Oh, somebody's hitting it right on target.
Mm.
Within that context, the question is how far you can go in making something domestic, not in the sense of content being Japanese, but something made with Japanese sensibility. That, I think, is probably the most advantageous condition for us. Later pressed for his thoughts on the Japanese government's ongoing efforts to help expand their global entertainment footprint by providing financial and structural support to local artists across every medium, Yamazaki further explained, it's clear that the dramatic change in Japanese people's perception of Americans after the war was due to the TV dramas at the time. When they watched something like Father Knows All, they were shocked to see that Americans who had previously been considered devils were actually living wonderful lives and were such nice people. I think South Korea's national power has also increased significantly thanks to its content, he noted. Getting people to watch Japanese content and fall in love with Japanese people is the same as getting them to fall in love with Japanese products. It requires little investment, yet it can be a powerful weapon to get people to like the country itself. Government officials are finally starting to realize this. At present, Yamazaki is hard at work on his follow-up to Godzilla Minus One, the aptly named Godzilla Minus Zero, which is currently on track to breach the ocean's waters sometime next year.
So that'll be the second sequel to Oppenheimer.
Yes, the Oppenheimer trilogy, Baron, if you want to put it that way.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Or if you just want to call it the minus one, as it currently stands, duology.
No, Oppenheimer has to be in there. That's what set everything off. Oppenheimer.
You hear
Baron,
this
you
guy,
just
Cash?
it's come in here and I expect what I expect, and we hear Baron and look, he just needs to find a way to make his own holodeck, and then he can create these things for himself.
Who says I don't already have one?
Maybe. I don't know,
Ooh.
but no, minus one. I'm not always sure. I get it. We need to keep making Godzilla films. They want the minus one was a big hit, but sometimes I'm just like, why do we need a sequel? Do you guys really think we need a sequel to minus one? I mean, I think it all wrapped up.
I do not care what he has to say. I do not care. I do not care. He asked the question. I've given him his answer. Yes, we need a sequel to Godzilla Minus One. Godzilla hater. Hey, Baron, if there's anyone that's going to be booted for the last time in 2025, it's going to be him.
Well, I've been behaving pretty much, I think.
Why do you think I just said, if there's anyone that's going to be booted for the last time for 2025,
Well, I
it's
know.
going to be him.
Well,
Do we really need a sequel to Godzilla Minus One? Yes, we do, Cash. Yes, we do.
Right.
Listen. I know you're jealous of Godzilla and his fire breath.
Yeah, whatever you jackasses say. Really, minus one was really good. I mean, I'm just saying, why do we need a sequel to it? I'm serious. It tied up
they
everything.
have more story they want to tell.
I guess, but
and they can do it better than Hollywood with far less money. That's why, Cash.
That's nice, but still,
they keep it alive, man. They keep it alive.
It's good to keep it alive, but it's just we've got a few different Godzilla films going on. I don't know. Godzilla's pretty cool, and I've always said that. I'm not the biggest Godzilla fan, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
but minus one, it had a, what was the best thing? It had a solid story. It had a good human element to it. So I don't know. I was quite happy with it.
And the way it ended, it left it open for Godzilla's return.
Yeah, I know that Anonymous.
They always do
all that, but still.
Godzilla's never gone. He's eternal. But obviously you missed a really part of the film. But as I was saying to Mike and our humble, and I humbly say to our esteemed chat, that we got to get this need-want thing out of the way, because if we do it right, and these guys are doing it right, do we want? That's the material. Do we need it? And the need is can they replicate what they're doing? I'm not talking about copy paste, but keep things going. Then yeah, we need it. It's despite our wants, especially if they package it right.
I get it.
That's why something comes out. I was just explaining what they have. If something comes out where it's been like like we said earlier, like Maverick or whatever, did we really want that? No, but in the end, we needed it. So if they're doing stuff right, and thank God, most of the time the Japanese know how to do it right.
Well, they do care a lot about their IPs and so on, which is good. I mean, all studios should, but it's just, I don't know. For me personally, we make jokes about this, but I was just satisfied. I mean, I'm not the biggest Godzilla fan. I've seen some Godzilla movies, but I mean, minus one, I get it. It made
I'm not
good money.
a big Godzilla fan either, but I still enjoy it. I would love to see a sequel.
So.
I mean, yeah.
Because
I mean, for
here's an
me,
answer
I get
too.
bored.
We want something to look forward to, and if they put in the same effort into -0 that they put into -1, we might get something that we consider enjoyable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cash.
Maybe.
Well, we hope so. You know.
Maybe.
No, but you know,
Yeah.
seriousness, we hope. I mean, it kind of, you know, if they know how to do it right, you know, it's just it's something that we end up with the need over want, and we sometimes don't even know it. But sometimes there's some people that know it. I mean, you know, when George Lucas was doing Star Wars, did we really need it? No, but you know, we got it.
No.
You know,
Did,
amazed the hell out of us. You know,
Right.
as Long Suffering's bring up, did we need 2 Godzilla versus Kong movies? No, we didn't, but we got them.
mm-hmm. Right.
I wanted there to be less
And how did
humans
those
in Godzilla versus Kong,
Yeah.
but that's me.
See, that's my problem with a lot of these Godzilla films, and that's my 12-year-old inside me talking. It's like less on people, more on smashing. I want to see the monsters. This is supposed to be a monster film. Let me see more monsters.
Yeah,
I could
mean
care less.
that was my problem with Godzilla versus Kong. I wasn't impressed with the human characters. I wanted to see the kaiju's fight.
Yeah, that's what you promised us.
And also,
Am I right?
your number 1 fan really likes Godzilla movies, Cash. That's why we need another one.
Yeah.
You don't want to disappoint your number 1 fan, do you? Well, apparently you do.
Guys in your nonsense. Anyways,
I'm busting your chops, you know that.
you guys in your nonsense
Sounds like
is
you
funny. But
got up, man.
no, I'm good. No, yeah, I mean, I get it. I just sometimes though, really, like I'm just satisfied with it. I get why there needs to be more, but I don't know. When I saw -1, I was like, yeah, you know, I'm satisfied with it. And then maybe a few years down the road, you know, I mean, they're obviously going to hopefully bring out one in 2026, but I don't know. I think sometimes when you see this stuff and you're like, I'm satisfied with it for now, you know, and we'll just see what happens. It's just a lot of films these days. I mean, I'm sure -0 is going to be still, it has potential to be really good. Then there's other times that, you know, sequels, we know how things go too, but with Godzilla, there's been, so we'll see, because I don't know, we've got ones that verse this and verse that, and then there's too much of the human element and not enough of the monsters actually fighting. And we have other stuff where around the time, I think it was COVID, you had the Godzilla verse, the King Kong, and like what your wife said, Baron, and you know, there's still obviously clamor for the MonsterVerse stuff, but you know, I just always want as much as variety as we can have. So we'll see how it goes. I guess that's all I can say. We'll just see how it goes. I don't know. For me, it's like -1. It surprised me a lot, actually. I really like the human elements, and I've said that a lot. I think it's a great movie. Some people are like, oh, it didn't have Godzilla or it didn't have this. So I don't agree, but
Wait. It didn't have Godzilla. Godzilla was featured heavily in Godzilla Minus One.
I know. But there's a certain person that has some issues with -1. So take a guess. Starts with a P.
Yeah, well, he has everything. Let's just put it that way. He's a man with issues.
So.
Oh, yeah, it is you, man. It is you. We got our eyes on you, by the way.
I'm watching you, Padawannabe. I'm watching you. But yeah, I hope that they do push the limits when it comes to the next one, and that it appeals to the audience that wants to go see it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what should matter, is appealing to the audience that actually wants to see it. And then maybe word of mouth from those people that want to see it will get other people interested who maybe were on the fence.
Mm.
Just my opinion.
If it gets certain fences, it can hurt.
Make sure the fence not electric though.
Well, definitely, especially if you got to take a leak, eh?
Well, listen, Baron, I know that's your issue. You're always going by the electric fence, but you got to stop, man. You really got to stop.
Actually, when I was on the farm the one time, it was my uncle's farm. I think. Well, I don't know. He's quote unquote retired. I don't know if my cousin has control of it now, if she has or not. But we were out there, and I can't remember what it was, but he had his dog with him, and the dog went over and started to take the leak on the fence and got zapped. It's like, it's like, and then doing like the butt scooch. The dogs sometimes do the back legs up, and it's like, yeah. That's
Well, that's why there's that song. Don't
happened with the
whiz
electric
on
fence.
the electric fence.
Yep, and I've never done that, so never knew it. Did it? That's all I needed to see was a poor dog having his little happy sack explode because of it. So.
Yeah. But, gentlemen, since we have covered all the articles that were set for this edition of Pop Talk, what do you have coming up next on your channels, whether it be here at the end of 2025 or turning the page to 2026?
Okay, I'll go since Catch is being quiet. I mean, look at him; he just comes in at the very
He is like, huh?
I'm just waiting to pick on you, Baron. Go ahead, man.
You're waiting, huh? Well, you know what? I just had a couple of forbidden donuts before you came in, so yeah. So yeah, I can believe that. Lucky if the guy probably lived. Oof, I don't even want to think about it. But yeah, as for like I said earlier in the show, for those who didn't hear, gonna start things up hopefully here in January. That means gaming. And such like that. I'm sure Pops and I will get back to doing our usual movie fare and doing our first time watch, our first time in a long time watch on these films. Of course, hanging out with these two knuckleheads. Haven't heard much about 540 Studios, but we'll see what happens over that way. And maybe I'll be getting going. Now that a lot of weight has been taken off my shoulders, making my shorter pontification videos like I used to do back in the day. So we'll see how things start going. And until then, Happy New Year's, everybody. And I hope that 2026 is going to be a fruitful one for all of us. So
yeah, it definitely needs to turn around for the better for everybody.
Exactly. So, and with that, I'll leave it up to Mr. Negativity here. Mr. Negativity.
Yep. Hello. No. We're going to start talking to hilarious. Oh look, it's a troll. The troll found his way out.
Hello, Phil. I hope you had a Merry Christmas, brother.
Yeah, I do too.
Yes, I do. Hope you had a great Christmas, Philip J. McCracken, and I hope you have a great New Year's.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we're gonna do another Cranky Old Fans either Tuesday or next Tuesday, and we'll start planning that for the Phantom Hooligans and then the Cash Money Madness. And then yep, so we got that, and then what else is going on? I've still got to test some stuff on the laptop. The computer person that I know recommended a pre-built computer and it looks like I can probably upgrade. I should be able to upgrade the RAM. So I'm like, okay.
Well, it's
So
like
we'll
I said
see.
to you
Mhm.
yesterday when we were talking in Discord. You might be better off going for pre-build,
Yeah.
especially with the
Yep.
price of RAM nowadays.
Yep. And then I can just
Do it.
upgrade the RAM from there. So as long as I get the space, but yeah. So we'll see. But right now I've got the. It's really a shame that before certain games worked, like even with this older machine that I'm on right now, most things still work, I should say, but on the laptop and so on, the other stuff is working. So it's like I should be able to play Marvel Rivals, for example, at medium settings, but because of things that happen, updates and so on, screwed up. So, anyways, funny, Phil, funny. But yeah, so that's going to come up. And then, of course, the Emperor's been very patient lately. So I guess in January, we've got to fight for the Emperor. If the Emperor doesn't, I guess the Emperor is ready to cut off some heads. very, very upset. So, yeah. But,
I can play it a third time if you want me to.
Yes, of course. Do it. Yeah. But I do want to know exactly. I do want to know if you guys, if I am for now like playing that game on my laptop, because obviously we know it's CPU intensity. Would you guys be okay if we went like 2 hours and stuff because of like the battery life of the laptop? I mean, I can probably hook it up in here, but like I have the surge protector out in the living room, so
that's fine. That's fine. If it's going to be a 2-hour stream, it's going to be a 2-hour stream.
Yeah, dude, you're not going to sell. You're not going to sell Baron on the Tau, there, Phil. Come on, man.
No, you're not going to sell them on the Ultra Smurfs either.
There is no Tau.
The only Ultra Smurf he likes is Titus.
Except for Titus. Titus is freaking cool.
Yeah. So
and awesome.
and
he's awesome.
If that
Kato's not so bad either.
If that Warhammer game, that Total War Warhammer 40K one turns out well, though, I don't know. I did talk to another friend of mine. I have a feeling the Sisters of the Battle, I think they're called, right? They
Sisters
probably won't.
Sisters
of Battle. Yeah, they probably won't be in that game for some stupid reason, but maybe we'll be wrong. Maybe we'll be wrong about that, but I definitely could see them pulling some bullshit.
What we're not wrong about is yes, it is a stupid reason. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. Exactly.
It's a stupid reason not to have them. Those idiots.
Yep. Yes. So yeah, and then in January, I mean, just I'll find a day with Mike, and we gotta kill Felicity and the vampires.
We gotta kill the vampires there, partner. We gotta get rid of the vampires.
Yeah. So with family and stuff going on.
That's right. That's right, Baron. We were two cowboys going out in the west dealing with vampires, and we're almost done with the game. We just got a little bit more to do.
Yep. And then the other two things are because after I finish the Orville, because Spock is like, look, if we're gonna do a stream on this, and maybe we'll have a guest or two on, whatever, got to watch all of it. So Planet of the Apes, for example, I got to watch all 14 episodes. So, we can talk about everything. Same with Orville. If I do a stream on that, I'll bring on, some other people want to go on and talk about that, because obviously there's still a big fan base that never wants the Orville to die. So that's definitely in the cards too. That, and then of course the Spockverse, and the Phantom Hooligans presents, censorship sucks. So, we got to fight that too. So,
yeah, also known as boobies.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No.
No, I'm not going to say you're wrong.
Yep.
But no, I haven't seen Shane today either.
No. Yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, that's all coming up right now lately on the Phantom Hooligans and then Cash Money Madness. So, and then if
Cash
there's
Money
always a
Madness.
live stream, that it should be on Twitch too because of the. And it sounds like the Rumble Studios is still working pretty well. Then, Mike, you're for the most part.
For the most part, it's working. This last week, I just used straight up slobs, and
Yep.
I'm going to be doing
Okay.
that again this week because I've already scheduled the streams
Because he
there.
is.
And the reason why is because I like having the streams set and ready ahead of time,
Right.
so I don't have to try to do it the night before
Mm-hmm.
after I end the stream, or if we go a little long on Pop Talk, which again I do want to try to keep Pop Talk to at most 3 hours for
Mm-hmm.
2026.
Right.
But if we do go a little long, I don't want to have to try to schedule the stream. Get it scheduled on StreamYard, and it's set on one end, but I still have to go to the Rumble side of things and schedule over there. But I can't do it several days in advance with Rumble Studio because they only allow you to do 1 day at a time.
One day at a time.
One
Okay.
day at a time.
Where in StreamYard, at least for the YouTube side, I can go, to the month I need to go to, select the day, select the time, and have it scheduled.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just how I am. I want to make sure that everything's set and ready to go.
Okay.
But will it work?
Yeah. Well, just like today, trying the vertical feed and the horizontal feed with StreamYard and YouTube. I mean, for the most part, I think it's working all right. Yeah, you don't see everybody in the chat for the vertical side, but that's something that can work out. We're still going to use it for Wednesday. I'm not changing that.
Okay.
Because he's not a changer.
No, you know me. There are times I'll call an audible, especially when it comes to watch parties.
Mm-hmm.
He's an audible, all right.
Do you have anything else you'd like to promote, Cash?
No, that's all.
Yeah. And before I promote what's coming up on the channel, I do want to say thank you to Omazio. And for anybody who might have been watching the vertical part of the stream, yes, I am aware that not everybody was showing up for the chat on the StreamYard side, but I could see you all, and that's why I was trying to do what I could to acknowledge each and every one of you that came by. But Omazio, thank you for stopping by. Always glad to see new faces. And of course, Lady Mist, always great to see you.
Mm-hmm.
Guardian of the Void.
Yay.
Great supporter of the channel. Of course, I'll be playing one of her favorite games this Tuesday. Try not to die so much. But I know I'm going to make people pull their hair out and yell at their screens.
Yeah, like me.
Yeah. Jet Sparks, thank you very much for being here. DJ Ronnie G, don't forget to let me know by this Thursday what episode we are talking about for this coming Saturday on The Adventure Continues.
Yeah, if you don't, DJ, he's going to steal one of your turtles, so don't mess around.
Turtle power. We need Captain. We need more turtle powder.
Again, it just goes back to what I said. I want to make sure I have the stream scheduled and set. I don't like waiting till the last minute. Because
you got to give me 15 more turtles.
Well, here's the thing I also still have to do. I had to find a screen cap of the episode we're going to be talking about. Mm-hmm. And I also have to get the intro ready for the appropriate series and episode. And with some of them, it takes a little bit of time. That's why I want to know at least by Thursday. But Tommy, thank you for stopping by. And again, I want to send my condolences to you on the loss of Dark Helmet, your guinea pig. I'm sad to hear about it. And of course, he also lost Cliff Jumper this year. And So I know it's been a rough year for Tommy and his guinea pigs. And Tommy, if you ever need to talk, you know how to get in touch with me. Of course, we also had the Padawannabe and Anonymous. Do 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 do. Anonymous. Do 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 do. Anonymous. 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 Pop Culture Mechanic, good to see you, brother. I hope you have a wonderful 2026. The long suffering Miss Tagge, Cash's #1 fan. Glad to have you here. Philip J. McCracken. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good to see you, Phil. Again, I hope you and your family had a wonderful Christmas. And let me just.
And that Santa was good.
Go through here. Yes, yes, definitely. And also, Michelle Camponi. Thank you for being here. And again, it's one of the names that wasn't showing up in the chat on the StreamYard side. So again, that's why I was trying to look and see who might have popped in and try to acknowledge everybody. And Anonymous says, that's my name. Don't wear it out. Yeah. Yeah. Tommy let me know Christmas Eve night what had happened. So, yeah. Again, Tommy, my condolences to you, brother. But as far as what's coming up on the channel for YouTube and Rumble for Pacific414 this week, Tuesday, and this is where some of the time changes start coming into effect that will officially go full force on January 17th. At 6 p.m. Eastern is when all the game streams will be from now on, starting this Tuesday. And I will be playing more Half-Life. And then this Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern for our second edition of Pop Talk for the week, we will be turning the page on 2025, talking about the good, the bad, the ugly, as far as what we consider the good, the bad, the ugly for the year is concerned. And if you'd like to be a part of that show, just send me a DM on Discord or over on X and let me know, and I'll send you the invite. Then, of course, at 6 p.m. Eastern this Thursday, I'll be playing the remastered version of Mass Effect from the Legendary Edition for the first time this Thursday. And yes, I know it's story-based. I played plenty of story-based games, so I know that my actions dictate where the story goes.
He's going to die, folks. He's going to die.
Maybe, but I'm looking forward to playing Mass Effect, the Star Trek generation. Only because there are a few Star Trek actors who provide their voice. That's why I'm calling it that.
Like Will Wheaton.
Yeah. And
everybody's favorite Star Trek star.
No, not mine.
Shouldn't Baron get kicked out for that comment?
No,
because you're the last one
another
going
way.
up.
I'll find another way to cause him harm and misery. I'll make him watch a movie he doesn't like.
There you go.
You already done that.
That's the best revenge.
I hope it's served cold though.
No, you had said what before we watched Killer Clowns from Outer Space. You didn't really like the movie back then, but your opinion had changed watching it when we did.
Yeah. But I'll never. You know what? Well, my opinion will never change. The Tau. I mean, they got hooves, for crying out loud. Who's turned on by a teeth slit in the forward nose and hooves on the feet? You know, that's the Tau, and everyone seems to be so excited over the Tau. The weebs of Warhammer, communist weebs.
Yes, Lady Mist. He always finds a way out of his timeout corner.
I dug a tunnel, just like in Tolkien serials. Dun, 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 dun. Belden!
But yeah, of course, we have The Adventure Continues, Star Trek Discussion, episode 18, this Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then starting on, again, just to remind everybody, January 17th, that's when it all streams, start streaming at 6 p.m. Eastern instead of 8 p.m. one night and then 1 p.m. in the afternoon another day, then 5, then 6. It's all going to be one coherent time, one coherent place as far as the YouTube and Rumble channels are concerned, and it's going into effect on the 18th. But before then, on January 11th at 1 p.m. Eastern, which will be the final episode of Pop Talk to air and stream at 1 p.m. Eastern, we will have our F1 watch party that Sunday, and I know Padawannabe is looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to watching all the movie instead of the little bits I have watched, because I'm trying to save enough to have my actual reaction once all is said and done. So we'll be watching that on January 11th at 1 p.m. Eastern, and then on January 14th at 6 p.m. Eastern, we are watching Alita Battle Angel. And I did say I would talk a little bit about the watch parties that were coming up next year. So in February, it's going to be Sunday, February 8th at 6 p.m. Eastern. We're going to watch Babylon 5, The Road Home. Yes, and I know that stinking Nan with the chin that's going to show up. I just know he is, because that's how he is. He shows up when you don't need him to show up.
Psst, he's here right now.
I thought you were going to say yes. Gosh.
Yes. He is right behind you.
But yes, that stinking Nan. You want to know who the Nan is? This is the Nan. He is the Nan.
Mm-hmm.
He does not understand Centauri or its people. He never will, because he's a Nan.
And
yes,
of course, he is dating a cop. We all know that. There she is.
yeah.
That's a sweetheart.
Yes, he's sweetheart. I don't know what she sees in the chin, or the fact
I don't
that
know.
she's a Nan.
I think Baron does actually secretly work for CNN.
No. Why would I ever do that?
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's just because I hang out with Jake Tapper. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm.
So on February 8th, Babylon 5, The Road Home at 6 p.m. Eastern. Then on February 11th at 6 p.m. Eastern for Pop Talk, our other watch party for that month will be Nuremberg, which is a film I saw last month and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I highly recommend that others watch it. I really do. And then in March, because I'm still trying to plan out April and May and June, July, August of next year, and so forth. As of right now, and this could change. This could change for March. But as of right now, we are going to be watching Unforgiven and The Princess Bride. And those watch parties will actually be on March 15th and March 18th. So, even though we moved to just 2 watch parties per month, I'm trying to have the watch party the same week, so we can get them in and get them out of the way. And of course, there are other things I will discuss for the channel on Wednesday's show what I'd like to see from myself, and what I'm gonna ask of everybody who enjoys the content. And let's see. Padawannabe is going 1-1-1. I'm there. I got my racing suit. He's excited, folks. He's excited. He's like Baron. He's running down the hallway. Yay, we're watching F1. Yay! Just like Baron when he sees cookies or when he sees something that makes him really excited, like, well, a woman. Like the long suffering.
Mm-hmm.
Boobies!
Yeah, because she's running from me. It's like, come on, catch up on your husband for crying out loud.
Not talking about the Nuremberg racetrack. I'm talking about the Nuremberg movie with Russell Crowe and Rami Malek based on the Nuremberg trials.
Is he trying to mix the two movies together? Come on, man.
Yeah, F1 Nuremberg. But no, I highly recommend anybody who is interested, check out Nuremberg. Mm-hmm. If you're into history, World War II history especially, it's worth seeing. It may not have done well at the box office, but it could be one of those movies where word of mouth, goes around and people start going, okay, I didn't go see it when it was out in the theater, but I will go ahead and rent it.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody,
rent it. Come on, rent it.
Yeah, give it a look when it becomes available to rent. And I'm not talking about paying some of the outrageous prices Amazon has for it right now, like $20, or even for the physical copy right now. They want $45. No, wait till February 10th, because that's when the price should go down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's when it comes out on physical, and that's usually when I wait to rent a movie for a watch party, especially if it's a new movie, is when it actually has its physical release, because usually once it has its physical release, it then correlates to a lower price for its digital rental. Because unless I plan on watching the movie over and over again, I'm not paying $20. I'm not paying $30. I'm not paying $40 to rent a movie. Just not doing it. It doesn't make sense to me.
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna do it.
Not gonna happen.
But you all have yourselves a great and wonderful Sunday. If I don't see you Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, have a happy and safe start to your 2026. And
Definitely.
remember two things on this channel. Don't ever give up on me in a game, for one, because just when you do, you might miss something. And two, I'm not just a baseball guy. I'm an all-around guy. Take care, all.
Autobots, transform and roll out!